Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk is the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with a click. That's the conglomerate. The Nick's real talk is real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, I'm dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't hear for hyperbole, we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. 50 tripping in 10 boots. As they cook my game plan, let my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the things we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We create the logo when there's hair space that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Nick City drip. And City Dexter's on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew, so here's a few bars to shine like stars divine on Mount Mars. Nick's real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Nick's real talk right here. I'm representing
Nick's real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Nick's real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Nick's real talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Salute everybody. What's going on? What's good? The crew is in the building. Nick's real talk. Let's get it. We in the building. Divine Shot Power, the KJ events. We in here. We about to get it popping, man. Talk about the draft, break down all that good stuff, man, and get into everything, man. But let me bring my partner in crime in the building first. Shot Power, my brother. What's up?
Salute Divine, salute KJ, salute to the chat. Let's get it.
KJ events.
Salute everybody. Nick's Real Talk family. We here. Let's get into the 2022 draft.
Yes, indeed, man. We're gonna break down a recap of all that, what happened last night. Some good, some bad, ugly, what everybody may think, but I think we did all right. But we're gonna talk about all that, but we're gonna get in and break it down with the panel in the chat. Salute to the chat is where it's at. Salute to everybody, man. I hope y'all had a great Friday. Y'all in here with Nick's Real Talk. Let's get it. We in the building. But yeah, man, we're gonna talk about it, man. The draft last night. We went for the 11th pick. We moved it. We didn't deal with it. And we wound up getting rid of the pick. In the process, we got rid of Kemba Walker, created some protected picks, but still picks though. And we went a different direction. They didn't, the guy that they wanted, they didn't get because they was up there, but I guess they wasn't there when it got to them. They feel like maybe like Shaw Powell was talking to me earlier, that maybe the guys that we have on the team now, anybody after that 11th pick might not have been just as good as them. You know what I mean? So I said, why go through that when we think we got Obi Toppin, Quickly, and Grimes and all these guys? That it makes sense just to get that pick if we don't know if he was gonna get the full time playing time because of what we had there and maybe what they're trying to do. So hey, you know what it is? I'm not bad at what we did. We put more assets in the barrel to go forward and go down the line. We put more structure, into the organization, putting on draft picks in there, but getting our team ready for the future. So now we got stuff to deal with in the future when it's time to wheel and deal, whether it's time to trade, we got assets, man, and that's what it's all about, asset building, shot power. So I'm kind of glad, regardless of the Knicks didn't get the pick, I don't think they waffled by any means. I just think what they did was push their growth and development to the future, because I think they got enough players at that level that's coming out of the draft that to hold it down to, for now anyway.
Yeah, I believe that in the beginning of the night, before all the dust was cleared, as a Knicks fan, I was like, what's going on? I didn't understand kind of how it was going on, but as they traded out of the pick, and you said this earlier yesterday, Divine, about either moving up, moving back, or trading the pick. Man, they surely traded the pick, and what they received was an extra 3 first rounders. Pretty much heavy, kind of they're secure, but it's something that something if you want to try to go out and get some of these big fishes and stuff like that, and drop some a little nugget to somebody to help the trade go through and stuff like that. That's what the Knicks did. I like we were talking about, Divine. I believed at the 11th pick, after all the dust was settled, the people that were available at 11 were some of the same people that we have on the team right now. The Cam Reddishes and and Grimes. So let's see what happens. Leon came out today and said that he wants to structure this young team that he has. So let's see what the next move by next week with some trades can come about or something.
Yeah, right. Absolutely, man. KJ, so yeah, we wanted Ivy. We wanted the man. I wanted him. I really know what. But you know what? Sometimes it don't go in the favor because it's not that well how much we wanted him. It's how much Detroit wanted him and what he meant to Detroit. Grandfather played for the Detroit Lions. I mean, mother had played all the sports in Detroit. So it was, it's you can't hate on somebody who want to do something that his grandfather did as much as he looked up to him. Like my granddad played for the city. He was a football player in the city. My mother played ball in the city. So it was on that. That's like R.J. Barrett coming to New York. My grandfather was a Knicks fan. My father played at St. John. My mother, blah blah. So you kind of think that's their destiny. Their destiny to go there. You know what I mean? So I'm not mad at it because it wasn't that the Knicks didn't try. It was that Detroit wasn't willing. You know what I'm saying? So that's not. I don't want that to be a knock on the Knicks, KJ, because you know what? They tried to get them, they didn't get them, and then when the time the picks got to them, they already took the good guys off the board. So, but you know what it is, though.
It just we have bad luck on the draft. It's been happening to us for years, and also the Knicks they was trying all day to trade up, a trade back. Just nothing was there. But I'm gonna kind of back over what Sean, you guys and Devon, you're both saying the same thing we've been saying all along. Maybe this team they have enough pieces as it already is. And the guys that got drafted after those top 10 guys that they wanted to go to, Knicks probably would have picked up Johnny Davis if he was there at 11. But being the fact that he wasn't there, and it always happens to us, somebody gets picked before that happens, they went with, you know what, let's get some more assets. Now we can straight Kemba Walker's contract. And we're not used to drafts like that. I never seen a draft like that when you didn't know. We didn't pick anybody, but we used that as trade bait to get Kemba Walker out of here. At first, from first glance, I'm like, man, what the hell are we doing? But I had a night to sleep on it and really think about this team right now. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. I want everybody to go back to last year. And again, I keep using Kemba Walker because we were so excited as a Knicks fan base to say, man, we got Kemba Walker for 2 years, $18 million. Now, a lot of us on here were saying, like, you know what, man, Kemba Walker, if he's the Kemba Walker that he was averaging, we doing the points stats, saying he could do all of that. But some of us were saying, like, yeah, but he doesn't have the defense. And, for those that said that, they were absolutely correct. So, again, if it was Kemba Walker 7 to 8 years ago, it'd have been fine. But that didn't work out. So I just want to say to the Knicks fan base and Knicks Real Talk family, don't lose the faith. They still have a plan in place. And obviously, I like the dogs that we have in the Cam Reddish. I like Deuce McBride, Grimes. It gives these guys more opportunity now to go forward. And if we can get a Jalen Brunson, hey, you never know what this team is going to do.
Yeah, man. Real talk, man. I couldn't say that better myself, brother. Because you know what? The Jalen Brunson thing, we're going to get into that down the line, but just to stay in the flow of the NBA draft, we definitely want to get into that. But like for me last night, it was just about them cats being wise at what they doing. That was a wise move last night, man. And see this one, the thing that bothers me sometimes about fans, not everybody. Also, it's cool when OKC stack picks. Or like Stan Presti is the man, he did, he's saving all these picks. Now we do it, it's like, okay, now everybody tripping. So, but look at the future with that thing, man. Right now, the Knicks got a chance next year with the Dallas pick, their own pick, another pick they could throw in there. They got what, four first rounders? That now you can go out there and get that disgruntled joker with the money. Now you freeing up cap space money, and that money ain't guaranteed to go to Brunson. I wouldn't mind if it do, but that ain't. And if it do go to Brunson, you probably gonna do a sign and trade, and you kind of got the ball in your court because Dallas gonna have to either kind of do it, meet you in the middle, or they're gonna go to see that he gonna go somewhere else. So they ain't gonna lose him for nothing. So if you send Evan Fournier and Alex Burks over to Dallas, now you got Jalen Brunson. You gave them two players and you got rid of their salaries. So really now you can take the money that that you got rid of with Evan Fournier and and Alex Burks. You go get that dude that you might got to get the creme de la creme. Now you got Jalen Brunson, and that money you got, another joker R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. I mean, you're still in the business, and you still got Obi Toppin, and that's why I think what the Knicks did last night was impressive to me, because it wasn't like we need to go get guys to make our team better. Our team is already good. That whoever we got last night wasn't going to change the direction of that franchise. So it wasn't no big deal to me, because we got brothers down there. You know what I mean? People sleep on Obi Toppin and Quickly and these guys, and they talented, man. You know, so I'm pretty excited about last night. And I know I wanted Jaden Ivey. Let's not get it twisted. But being that it didn't happen, where the dust settled and it was there, okay. You know what? They didn't go backwards. They didn't make no stupid moves. They made some good moves, man. I'm happy for Leon Rose and them. And real quick, let's throw it up there, y'all. We show what Shaw Powell was talking about. With Leon Rose and what he said, you know, and here's a statement right here for all those that didn't see it. I'll read it to you. Last night we made 3 trades involving draft picks, which resulted in increased financial flexibility, added additional draft capital moving forward. We now have a total of 22 picks, 11 first rounder, 11 second rounders over the next 7 years. We have ability to achieve in a free agency, attract a free agency, as well as in the market, in the trade market. So that, you know, so he telling you like it is, man. You know, our focus will remain to be strategic and thoughtful in our team building, doing it the right way while feeding off the momentum from in the last season and prioritizing our player development program. If you're not a Knicks fan and that's not how you want your organization to do it, then something wrong. You know what I mean? That's facts. You know what I mean? That's how the San Antonio do it. That's how the Golden States do it. You know, that's why they are where they are. So I think that was a good statement by Leon Rose, and you know, he had to go out and talk to the media, man. Don't worry. Just get the team. I want to see you get the team rolling. I ain't worried about you talking to me in the media. Talk is cheap. Back up and let me know what you're gonna do in the field, and that's what I want. I don't care if you don't talk to the media. I see why he don't want to talk to New York media. So, you know, Top Power, you can't want somebody to give you information on top. You just diss them every day. I'm like, so I see why James Dolan don't talk to the media at the ESPN and everybody just always rambling about the Knicks in a negative way. If I was James Dolan, I wouldn't address the media neither, because y'all be dissing me every day, but you want me to talk to the media. So I understand all that stuff, man, and that's why I think, you know, some of these players don't want to come here. But getting back to the story, I think we good in the draft, man. I really do. I'm happy. Shaw Powers. I mean to ramble like that, but what Leon Rose said right there inspired me to see that, you know, he put that out there, because that's what they're doing. That's why we got 8. That's why we have 8 young boys, because he said prioritizing player and development and build. And he doing what he actually said on the paper, so he's not being a hypocrite about it. So Knicks fans, like KJ said, just be patient. Just be patient.
Yeah. That's exactly the. After I seen that too, that was more kind of that kind of softened me up a little bit, because hypothetically, if you look at it, we have 3 picks. We have 3 picks for the next 7 years. You know, we hypothetically have like 3 picks every year for the next 7 years. You know, 2 first rounds and a second, 2 seconds in the first round, and so on and so forth. So, I mean, you know, it's a good look, and that, you know, you can make moves with. That's like money off the books. You know, you can make a move. You could throw 2 or 3 first rounders together, and you know, you could probably almost get anybody. You know, anybody from any team. You know, and the picks, these picks that they got yesterday are protected, and they are pretty heavy protected. I think all of them go at least to 1 to 14, and you know, they lessen as the years go down. But you know, you look at the draft yesterday, all the picks that went after 14 wasn't, you know, so you know, quote unquote bad players and stuff like that. There was still some good picks and a good draft class, like they're predicting in 2023. A 14th pick is still like a number 6, 7th pick. So, you know, so I mean, I'm staying more optimistic after I read that. I started watching a couple of shows out today, and you know, I put together in my mind, I said, well, you know, that's 3 picks for the next 7 years. You know, if we could always, every year we have a chance to move somebody and get somebody big here.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. And the way, KJ, the way my man Brock Oliver and deal, this gonna get better than that. I think I was saying a show ago that the Knicks finally got a real front office. Now, I'm not only talking about the GM, the president, they got it. The Knicks got it locked in every department. They got capologists. They got great scouting. They they've now finally running a business. You know what I mean? And I think that's starting to be to me is the reason why we starting to see what we're seeing. When can you last time name in years? I can't even recall some being a Knicks fan. They had this type of infrastructure moving forward. I haven't seen that for real, man.
And Devon, I'm happy you said something like that because I was going to say the same thing. Like, you know, since I've been a Knicks fan, we have since the 90s. After that, we've been bad for so long. But by the time something good really come around,
we ain't got nothing.
Our thinking is like, man, why didn't we pick that person? Not seeing the long run. And I know a lot of Knicks fans don't want to hear that. We keep rebuilding every year, and I get that. But if we're trying to be consistency every year and potentially get to that promised land in the championship, this is what it's going to take. See, these small market teams like Oklahoma City, even a Golden State, you know, not saying it's a small market team, but for years they did bad. And they kept players. And this, unfortunately, we're in one of the biggest markets in the world, New York City. We're one of the storied franchises in an NBA. The media is going to be there for us. So we're not used to this. Mm-hmm. So I'm loving what we're doing. Knicks fan, we just got to be patient. And let me tell you, something may happen where it's going to be shocking. You're going to be like, man, look at this. Look who we got now. You never know. We're looking at the free agent market. We might get some more people. So just be patient and see what happens.
Yeah. My man Aboriginal Remy Suit to the chat. Like you said, what if we really going to trade Dallas? Julius Randle and Dallas snag a player in free agency with that cap space. That's what I was saying earlier. Good point. I was saying that earlier. They do that sign and trade. All you gotta do is trade whoever you trade in Dallas. Let that be your aspirants. Let that be either not aspiring, but at least it could be like I said, Fournier and Alice Burks. That's $28 million, and you already signed Jalen Brunson already. You did that because with the cap money you had, but you got Jalen Brunson and you got some more cap money to go out there spending on another dope player. That puts us right there. It puts you at least close. So I think the Knicks, Dan Rosen doing it the right way. I just think we got to be patient with this thing and let them. This is their third year going into this thing. They did good the year they first got here. They got us to the playoff last year because of injury. We took a little setback. But think what that cat did. Look at who they drafted in the last 3 years. Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickly, Jericho Sims, Grimes. That's a damn good draft. It ain't too many. That's a good draft. So Leon wrote them, and they signed back the free agents that helped them get to the playoff. All the Knicks did with them free agents, real quick, guys, they rewarded Alice Burks them. They rewarded them because they helped us get to the playoffs that year. They said, you know what, you cats earned this $10,000 million because you helped us get somewhere that we haven't been a year. They was kind of loyal to what they did. But now a year went by, and now we get ready to get rid of them, got that money back. So it wasn't a big deal for a year or two. You know what I mean? And now that we know they all aspirants, it was like, yo, look out for your boys. Them cats helped the Knicks get to 41 wins in the playoffs. Yep. Yeah, you got to look out for them. You know what I mean? They wasn't hurting. Go ahead,
and to piggyback right off of you, just real quick, the 41 win season was a great season, but last year, I mean, we talk about it because we didn't make it into the playoffs. Well, we were almost a 500 team last year. Fact. You know, with the little setbacks that we did have, you know, with the COVID. D Rose being hurt, Noel being hurt, and stuff like that. We couldn't hit a free throw for the life of us. We were turning the ball over about 13, 14 times a game and stuff like that. We was still almost a 500 team. What we had 37 37. So we was almost a 30. I mean, 5 games off, but we was almost a 500 team. So I just hope that with these new, you know, with the things that's going on, I think our way is to go in this draft. I'm wondering what they're going to see. The one thing that we all talk about, this Knicks team really keeps the lip closed, man. They seal that lip, man, and we never know. I think the reason why a lot of Knicks fans, for me anyway, I feel I don't know where they're going. So when they make a move like they did yesterday, I'm like, well, why you do that? Yeah. But you sit back and you see what they're doing, and the next day comes off, the dust clears a little bit. You see a little bit more down the line, like, okay, they got 11 first rounds and 11 second rounds, man. That's a lot, man. You know, that's the one thing that I want to say about what we have now. Look what Detroit did last night, man. Detroit is going to be a team to really watch out for, man. You know what I mean? They got a lot of young talent. You know, they got a couple of things going on over there. So this is the way that we need to move forward, man. And to have every year 2 first rounds in the second, or 2 seconds in the first, or something like that, or maybe one year might be 3 first rounds or 3 second rounds in the first. That's the way we got to go, man. You know, this way we can get off those contracts, because all that stuff is there's extra money. We're not going to be able to accompany all those 22 players unless we move every year. We moving 3 or 4 people out of the lineup or something like that. So let's see what we could do, man. I'm still optimistic about it. I'm a little more calmer to kind of think where they're going forward.
Yeah. You know, and KJ, my man, Frank Matos and them and Alberini, they got some real good chats up here, and May 4th and them, because I do believe, I was telling y'all earlier, if you do the Jalen Brunson thing, because Frank Matos asked me what will I give up for Donovan Mitchell. See, that's my whole point about last night. If you do the sign and trade with Dallas for Jalen Brunson, you still can move them 4 of them picks, Evan Fournier, whoever they want, for Donovan Mitchell, just hypothetically. Now you got a backcourt of Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, a front line of R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. That got to be close to the Eastern Conference Finals to me.
Right.
To me.
And that's where I'm at right now. Like, say, you know, the big talk right now is getting Jalen Brunson. And if we do get him, we're already guard heavy right now with D Rose still here. IQ, what's my man name? Deuce McBride. So it's like, who's going to leave and who's going to subtract, who's going to add. So my thing, this New York Knicks team is not done yet. They're just getting started, and we're going to build this team through free agency. And again, it's going to be a lot of movement going on. And once we put this team together, we're going to come back here and we're going to say, "I told you so."
Mm-hmm. With that lineup I just said, hypothetically, I'm just going to, if it was what I just said with Jalen Brunson, Mitchell, R.J. Barrett, Randle, even if Randle stayed and Mitchell Robinson. But look at your bench. Manuel Quickly, Grimes, Cam Reddish, Obi Toppin, and Jericho Sims. With that starting 5,
right,
that's game over.
Right, I'm with that.
Over. Yeah, you got an athletic starting 5. You got an athletic backup. You would tell me, Grimes knocking down threes, Quickly knocking down threes. Who else? Cam Reddish doing this thing, versatile, athletic, can shoot the 3. Obi Toppin getting better at the 3, and you got Jericho Sims. With that starting 5 right there, I think that would take out Boston. So I think we on the right way. I guess I say all that. I think we headed in the right direction. I think people should not sleep on what the Knicks is doing, because I think they really undervaluing what these cats doing out there. The Knicks is playing chess out there, and people don't even know it. Them cats just set themselves, literally set themselves up for a year or 2 to make a run. If you just do what we said, and you still got all your picks just about. You gave up 4, and you just got them the other night. You just got them last night. So what the fuck? It ain't no big deal. And you go get Donovan Mitchell because you got rid of Evan Fournier and Alex Burks, whoever. You know, man. See, so you still got the youth thing popping off. That's why that 11 pick wasn't the issue to me last night. You didn't need that pick. If you build a squad like what I think we can do down in the Mecca, Shot Powers, I think they got enough talent down there. You go get Jalen Brunson or somebody, or Devontae Murray or Colin Sexton, and add that, and you look up and get Donovan Mitchell. I'm just talking about, I think that puts you over Atlanta. It puts you over, I think it'll put you with Boston. I think that team will be deadly, bro, because now you're going to, I think Jalen Brunson is better than Marcus Smart to me. That I know Marcus Smart is a good defense player, but he ain't. I take Jalen Brunson over him.
Yeah,
I mean, real talk. And so now you got Donovan Mitchell and what's my man name? Brown. Yeah, Brown.
Mm-hmm.
That's a wash right there. Donovan Mitchell, and so they ain't better than us there. Think about that. They're not better than us there. Donovan Mitchell was an all-star. He just like him, body even more on almost close to a superstar level. So they ain't beating us dead. Even if you give that even to me, then you go to the 3 with R.J. Barrett and Jason Tatum. That's not like a big, they better than us in that position. I'm saying, you know what I mean? R.J. Barrett is on that cusp of being like that, so he ain't too far from him. I don't think Al Horford better than Julius Randle in no means. So you talk about, we already got 4 of them positions, I think, in the starting lineup that could beat Boston. So that's why I think the Knicks is on the cusp of something, God. I think we just got to maintain, and hopefully they can pull these triggers on some of these moves. I like the way they're doing it, and they bringing Mitch back too. It's a good thing, KJ, man. I think we are right down there.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys a question. When they got to the 11th pick, what was your first initial thought the Knicks was going to do? Who do you think we got? AJ Griffin there, and we had Jalen Duran there. Who did you guys think?
Okay. I thought it was a chance that somehow they were gonna trade back the pick with 2 second-round picks to maybe go back to 13, 17, 15, somewhere back there. I thought we were going to trade to another team to drop back in the draft. But everybody after 10 was like almost the same kind of dude, man. 6'4" to 6'7" wing, and we full up on wings right now. I mean, there was a couple of centers that win and stuff like that, and a couple of forwards and stuff, but majority of the players that went after 11 at 11 and down were pretty much wings,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Yep. I was going. I think I'll stick to my gut. I like this. They got to move that pick. They needed the cap space. I just said when they couldn't get the guys that they wanted, and they said we need the cap space more than when he played. We got players. We need the cap space. So I was like, they're gonna get rid of that. They don't need that 11 pick. What are you gonna do with the Knicks? Let's be real. Who he gonna beat out on the Knicks this year? And we still got Julius Randle in them or Cam Reddish in them. Who was that 11 pick gonna beat out on the Knicks this year? I ain't see that.
I know one thing when they called out and the New York Knicks pick at 11, RJ Dang. I was like, dang. Right. like, dang, what is that? RJ Dang. I was like, dang, what are they doing?
Yeah, that was a tough one, man. Hey, but you know what though? I tell you, we landed with my man at
Trevor Kills.
Yeah, we got Trevor Kills at the 42. Good dookie, good player, strong player, good defender. And I'm gonna tell you the sleeper is my man with the Montero. Yeah, John Montero, the Exhibit 10. They projected I see my man. They projected him to go up in the lottery, not up in the first round. But that cat got hops like a 37, 30 invertible. He's a sleeper to me. I think watch him in summer league. Y'all gonna be like, okay, I think that's quite nice. See, and that's Walt Perrin. That's why I said the Knicks built a real good front office. They not fronting. They built a real good infrastructure. Walt Perrin know how to draft, bro. Look at the 8 guys we got now. At least 5 or 6 of them we drafted. Other than Cam Reddish, R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, all these guys now, we drafted these dudes, so they had a good eye for drafting. We got Rokas tearing up the Euro League over there. You know what I mean? So I think they did good, and I was like, we got good dudes there. It's not worth that if you could free that cap space up. We trying to get Jalen Brunson to be a part of this thing or Devontae Murray. I don't think nobody in that draft is going to be better than Jalen Brunson, Devontae Murray.
Facts.
None of them guys coming out of that draft right now going to be better than Jalen Brunson at this moment.
Facts.
We don't need that, So I ain't mad at him about it. I was like, okay, you know what? Build this thing. We got to get back to the playoffs. We got a lot of young talent. Obi Toppin about ready to pop. I think if Randall come back, I got a feeling they're gonna find a way to make Obi Toppin get the minute. He might be 6. You never know. He might be most improved player, 6 man of the year. The way he's popping in at the end of the season, so you just don't never know. But if they move Julius and you slide Obi Toppin to the 4. If you move Julius, he still got that. Steve, it's still dope. I mean, I still can see that same team with Brunson, Mitchell, RJ, Obi Toppin, and Mitchell Robinson. I don't even got a problem with that neither. So I think that 4 spot, I don't got a problem with Obi Toppin or Randall at that spot. Even if Obi Toppin there, I think Obi still give you 17 and something. So you're not losing a lot by Randall, but look what you gaining with the point guard. All you did was put Randall at the point guard and Jalen Brunson, and you took the point guard we didn't have this year and put him at the power forward with Obi Toppin. That's all you do. You switch your position, but you get the same production. So I think it would have been nice if you move Randall. I ain't sleeping. I ain't tripping. KJ, I think that they can make it happen. They can make it happen.
And again, somebody's going to get moved because to me, you can't go in with the same team. You can't go in with an Evan Fournier and Julius Randle on this team together. Either one or other has to go because you bringing in more guys. We're talking about getting Jalen Brunson or whoever, or Dejounte Murray or whoever else may come here. And we got so many other guards. So just, again, Knicks fans, put on your seatbelts and get ready for this ride because I've been talking about this roller coaster. This roller coaster has been up and down all year long. And now we back to even kill with this roller coaster. And, again, this is going to be a whole different Knicks team going into the 2022-2023 season.
Facts.
Yep, and you know what, guys? Even if you don't do it with the Donovan Mitchell, even if you don't go that direction with Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell, you still got it going on. You know what I mean? No matter what that means, now you got Emmanuel Quickly. You might not be that team to get you out of the next level, but you will. I still think if you had Emmanuel Quickly and Obi Toppin, R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, whoever, I still think with a good bench they get to the playoffs, at least the play-in, and that's a good step. A good step for a team like that. Say, okay, you know what? We got to the play-in or the playoffs in their first year of this restructure. Then know what you take it from there. But then if they go the other way and they get Jalen Brunson and another superstar, then either way it go, I think the Knicks will be good. And I don't think they're gonna be able to. They won't mess up their infrastructure. So I think for right now, you bring in a couple of. The only not bring up Donovan Mitchell. That might not be the player we even come here, but he got about 2 or 3 years left on his contract. You know what I mean? So it's not like he got 159 million, whatever. And then a couple of years from now, if when it's time to resign them, you don't think they're worth it, don't resign them more. But I think they help you. I think they get us to further where we got to go. I think that team a bust Trae Young them butt right there.
Hey, Devon and Shaw, wait till Summer League.
Yes.
That's gonna tell us a lot because I want to see this new guy, Trevor Nils. I want to see him out there.
Yep, yes, sir. And he's a banger, man. Young guard, nice body, 5'4" girth. I mean,
came out of good school.
Yes, he did. Shot Powell, great point. Coming out of Duke, yes, sir. He successfully RJ's, so it's a good thing, man. Nick's got some good coaching going on down there. And I'm a Tar Heel, and that's the shame I had to say Duke, and I'm a Tar Heel fan. But I gotta get credit where credit is due, though. That we got some good players down here, man. So I'm looking forward to this thing, man. Like I said, Juan Machero, he's a nice cat. He gonna be nice. He's 7'6'3". Kid got hops though, like real talk, man. That boy can get up. So I'm looking forward for the Knicks to make it happen with him. I think he's going to Summer League. Him and Deuce Bryan are gonna be getting popping in that backcourt. It's gonna be some good. I think the Knicks will have a lot of good competition. I think a lot of cats come back this year. Shaw Powell, the KJ, and our team gonna be hungry because they know they were the disappointment last year. You know what I mean? These cats gonna be they're gonna be hungry. They're not satisfied how they entered the season last year. Cats gonna come back on a different mindset, New York, man. And I think we gotta recognize that those cats might be on something. Shaw Powell for real.
I believe the same, Devon. I think Q is going to be hungry. I think his game is going to change a little bit from more than last year. I don't think he's going to be an 11-point scorer this year. I think he's going to be closer to about a 15-point scorer. I think his assists is going to be up a little bit, maybe 1 or 2 more assists, maybe 1 or 2 more rebounds this year. I believe if RJ, I believe, is going to have a more efficient year this year. I think Cam Reddish is going to ball out this year. My main guy this year that I believe is going to, shut some people's mouths up this year about bringing in a guy in the same position as Grimes. I think Quentin Grimes this year, healthy. I think he has a chance of starting this year, maybe, depending on who they move or who they get, coming off the bench or starting. I think this guy is going to be electrifying this year, man. I hope the one thing that I'm hoping for this year, and this is, like I said, this closed-lip Knicks team, I hope that they can get off of Alec Burks or Evan Fournier or both of them, because we're going to have to open up some of that wing, that 2-3 wing, to let Grimes really come out there and shine. Grimes and Cam Reddish need, easily 20 minutes easily this year apiece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's gonna be into the meeting. Another reason I say this here, you are dead on with that. And that kid, it was Frank Montos put up a great deal. I'm glad you brought that up when you talking about that because that Noel and Burks and Wade Todd, that's $25 million. Because Todd is a non-guaranteed anyway. You know what I mean? So Burks $10 million, Noel $10 million, and my man Gibson that's $25 million. So that's what I said. Even if you go that route, you already got, and you could do Mitch with the TPE. It's $44 million.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So for to bring back Mitch, get Jalen Brunson to add the Randall and right now, Randall and RJ right now. I mean, you bring it back to you got 1, 2, 3, 4 positions on lock. If you think Jalen Brunson, you know the Knicks good at the point guard spot, right? That ain't no issue. You know they good at the 3 with RJ Barrett. That ain't no issue. You know what I mean? Am I right or wrong? And you know it ain't no issue with Randall or Obi Toppin. So you got the only thing you got to do now is that 2 guard. So whether you go get a criminal 2 guard or you bring one of our 2 guards in. So I think the Knicks got a solid team. I think they'd be all right. I don't think my man gonna be an issue, KJ. I think Jalen Brunson, I'm gonna put up his numbers against some of the other point guards in the league. And I think I got him in the top 15 point guards.
Right.
So
he's battle tested right now. You know, he's been in, his father's here. You know, Leon Rose, that's his old client. So the relationship we know is there. Mm-hmm. So my thing is bringing a guy like that in, it's going to be a lot of added pressure in my opinion. But if we can get him, we can get him. My thing is, what do we do with Derrick Rose? You know, do we keep him or do we let him go? You know, and again, I think we're freed about $20 million right now. I think we have about $20 million right now in cap space, right? Am I?
Yeah, you about right.
It's about right, yeah.
20 million.
14 to 20, somewhere in between there. Something
right
like
now we're 14.
14, right?
We were now Taj.
Right.
20.
So
him and Archer Cincindo.
Yeah.
Ryan Cincindo,
Mm-hmm.
Renown still they'd be at 20 million.
So guess what? That's more than we had yesterday. And we said yesterday we had no money. And the biggest thing we said is even if we signed and Nick, let's get this clear. We had no money yesterday before the draft. Right. So even if we would have signed someone,
we had no money for them.
Where were we going to take the money from? So, and I get it why Knicks fans are mad because, man, we used that money on a guy. I mean, listen, it wasn't that bad of the deal. So I think we just need to relax and pause for a minute and see what they do. So I just think now it's sky's the limit because there's so many different ways they can go with free agency. So instead of building through the draft, we're going to build this Knicks team, this Knicks roster with guys that are proving. Okay, so that's where I'm at.
Yeah, man. It's when you really get down to it, y'all guys hit a dead on a button with all that, man. Because like I said, you could have said better myself. Because where you gonna get the money from? The other day, like Katie said, did y'all hear what he just said? The other day, the Knicks didn't have no cap space. You wake up the next day, we got 14 million. Everybody tripping.
on players that's not even proven in the NBA. Think about it. It's only 60 people that get drafted in the league every year. Right. Out of those 60 men that get drafted in the league, we talk about maybe a good third of them, maybe 15, 20. If that's those players, and then they got to stay there. So again, what are we really mad for? What are we mad for? Because we didn't draft a player, unknown player.
Yeah, you could draft him next year in a better draft because you got 4 picks. So what's the big deal?
Facts.
That same guy you wanted this year, you didn't need
2023.
Yeah, with a better draft. And you got 4 picks.
That's what they're saying.
Your 2 picks in that draft, and even though the other one is protected, you still can go move up and get the best one up there. I mean, sometimes you just got to be patient. To me, we didn't need to do this year. That's why I told you at the beginning that Knicks ain't gonna take that pick. They don't need them. They don't need them. They now next year. They got 4 picks, bro. Even though 2 are protected.
Yeah. They got. Right. It's the 3 that they picked up yesterday plus. It's yeah. 4, we got 5 then. Don't we got ours next year too? We got ours, the Mavericks plus. Isn't it 3 of those picks next year in 2023?
Yeah.
Oh, so we got like 5.
We traded 1. I might be 2.
Right, they gave us 4. We gave 1 up to give for Kemba. So we kept 3, and we still got Mavericks next year, and we have our pick next year, right?
Yep.
Am I bugging?
No, you got both out. We got both out. We got 223s next year. With theirs, you had like 5. So,
Almost 5, right? At least 4.
Check it out. And they fleet what you call them for the 2000 Milwaukee 2025 pick.
Yeah.
Number one. Even though they all protected, that's not the point. It's still assets. You know what I mean? Because a team might say, you know what, I'll take the picks protected because we might be at a certain stage, but they can do what the Knicks doing. You can take them access and somebody can flip them and hold them just like the Knicks doing to keep their infrastructure going. That's what the Knicks did. So like I said, you can go in next year's draft. You might get a player in next year's draft better than one you were going to get this year.
Facts. Or because they're projecting that next year's draft is going to be, this bomb draft coming out. A lot of guys are going to be coming out more sophomore oriented. Been in college in 2 years. It's going to be a better draft. So if you get a pick at 14, I said this earlier. If you get a pick at 14, that's almost like getting a pick at number 7 or 8. You know what I mean? It's going to be a quality player at 14. The number being 14 is where they get being picked at, but the type of player that they are is a top 10 player.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's right. Yeah, man, that's proven. What's my man named Jokic Nokic, 41st pick in the draft. Now he just second time back-to-back MVP in the league. Draymond Green, 36th pick. Yeah, Scott Walt Perrin, we got a scout who no talent, and Montrero gonna shock a lot of people because, like I said, he was projected to go up there. So that just going to show. He said, okay, what you think that cat can do, our developments might see what he might be doing wrong. We'll take care of that. You know what I mean? The Knicks development, like he said in that post, is real. Think about all the players we got. RJ done got better. Obi got better. Quickly got better. They developing. That's the definition of developing. Cats getting better since RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson have been here. They got better. So Montrero and guys like they drafted now. Knicks gonna put them in that organization. They're gonna get better. That's all. Knicks got a good structure there, man. I'm happy about the way they're doing it, man. This ain't the old Knicks. That's why I'm not mad about last night. I think if you look at it and you do all the variables, the Knicks came out good last night, man. They came out good. 14 million in cap, four first rounders, whatever, and they got good infrastructure and they didn't have to waste nothing. So if you think about it, they walked in the night with the 1, the 11th pick, and the 42nd pick. They came out of the night with cap space, money, and picks. I take that money, that cap space, 4 first rounders over that 11th pick this year all day, every day. Because that was just another young player. We could get him next year when the draft was even better.
Another funny thing about the thing, we gave up 4 second-round picks.
And it wasn't even ours.
And wasn't even ours, and it didn't even make a difference. It really didn't even make a difference. We gave up 4 second-rounders. I don't even know what teams they were. They were second-rounders, and didn't even make a difference. We still got 21 picks for the next 7 years.
It's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's why they're so slick. Nobody can predict that.
Yeah, me too, Hey, Jarvis, me too, man. I was really surprised that he went undrafted. That's interesting. That's why I said he gonna be a sleeper for the Knicks. Montrero could play. He's a nice point guard. You know what I mean? He got athleticism. He got game. You know what I mean? I just think that's why I said what Walt Perrin did. He said, I'm not worried about them 11 pick. That I can go down here and get somebody just as good down here. That's just what he did. That he took that 11 pick. Said, you know what? It's somebody down here and down there. And Montrero just as good as anybody up in that top. He's that good. So he could have been up in that first round 15 pick path to me. So all Walt Perrin did say, you know what? I ain't worried about that. I got my eye on somebody down here who we want. And he got him. And I think that's like I said, Quickly and Grimes, 25th picks, man. Look where they at. You know what I mean? They're ascending. I don't think none of them let that 11. Any one of them 11 through pick player not better than to me than Emmanuel Quickly and Obi Toppin right now. I mean, in Grimes, I meant to say. So it's interesting to see, man. But it'll be fun though.
You know what? The more and more I think about this, fellas, what if we don't even go after Jalen Brunson?
Right.
It's still a couple of people, yeah.
Because think about it. The report I seen, if we go after Jalen Brunson, it's 4 years, $100 million.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at paying Jalen Brunson $25 million for the next 4 years. Mm-hmm. Are you guys okay with that?
You know, I'll tell you what. I'm glad you brought out the way to bring him to the segment.
Okay.
one. Good one to bring it to say. Here go my man's here go the salary of the NBA top point guard of the league. Not top, but the NBA point guard of the league. Steph Curry, 48 million, John Wall, 47, Russell Westbrook, 47, Damian Lillard, 42, Kyrie Irving, 36, Luka Doncic, 36, Trae Young, 36. So we're gonna skip down. Ben Simmons, 35, Jamal Murray, 31. Now check it out. When you get down there to the 25 million range, I think Jalen Brunson better than Kyle Lowry right now by a stretch. I think that Kyle Lowry old on his last leg. Jalen Brunson, 25 younger, get the same points, and he making $28 million. Mike Conley, Jalen Brunson better than Mike Conley at this stage of his career. He on his last leg. Jalen Brunson young, he making 22 million. I would take Jalen Brunson all day over Malcolm Brogdon. No question. He making 22 million. I'll take him over Terry Rozier, and I like Terry Rozier. He making 22 million, 21 million. Van Vliet, 21 million. I'll put him up there with Van Vliet in the heartbeat because he just got a certain skill getting to the lane and doing things. He got dog in him. I'm good with that. Spencer Dinwiddie, I'll take him over Spencer Dinwiddie. And Spencer Dinwiddie playing with him right now in Dallas. So Jalen Brunson and Lonzo Ball, 19 million. Lonzo Ball ain't better than Jalen Brunson to me. He could pass, but I don't think he's better than Jalen Brunson. So to me, I think Marcus Smart right there, 17. Bless up. I don't got no problem giving Jalen Brunson $20 million because of all of them. What the league is paying out to be with the point guard spot. You know, this is the one we want to get the $16 million for Devontae Murray, but that's a pipe dream right now. So, but I say that though. So you look at all of them guards. I put Jalen Brunson right there below. I'm gonna have to go and say, compared to all these here, I'm gonna say Chris Paul. Cal Lowry better than him. I don't think at this stage of his career. I don't think Mike Conley better than him at this stage of his career. I don't think Malcolm Brogdon better than him. And Malcolm Brogdon been around. You don't want that 22 million because that's injury money. Terry Rozier is nice, but I think he got things. And I like Terry Rozier, but I think Jalen Brunson right now, what he's doing with Luka Doncic is pretty amazing though. So I got to give him his flower there. So other than that, think about that. So I don't have a problem if we had to. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I want to do it, but if the Knicks had to, I wouldn't have a problem giving Jalen Brunson that money just because of what the league average point guard is out there that who's pretty considered good. And I don't think a lot of them guys is better than Jalen Brunson. So you know that's why they were leaning with that. But I would like Devontae Murray off the top. Let's not even get it twisted. Okay, Devontae Murray's my dude. But if because some reason you go out of Jalen Brunson, I don't have a problem with him if that's what the Knicks want to do. I mean, whatever they're gonna do, what they want to do, what we think don't even matter. But I'm just saying, they're gonna do what the hell they want. But I wouldn't have a problem if they got him though. I wouldn't.
I'm right there with you, Divine. I'm a little skeptical about paying $25 million to him, but does he come in and change the team a little bit? Yeah, I think he could come in and I think he could facilitate the team. I think he could set people up and put people in the places where they need to be so they make it easier for them to score the ball. So yes, I think he could come in and facilitate and put the ball where he needs to. And he's a clutch shooter, and he can hit free throws, and he's about 30 at least league average from the 3-point line, and from his field goals, I think 45% from his free throws or something like that, maybe even closer to 50%. He's a good player, man, and he will come in here and really like that. And I believe if we do still have Julius Randle, I think he could settle Julius Randle down. He played with Luka Doncic, and sometimes he had to settle him down too. So I think he could come in and, be the point guard of the New York Knicks. 25 million, it's a little high, but for what he could do and put on this team, yeah, I think I could do that. If it was, I hate to put the comparison together, but if it was him or paying him 25 million or paying DeAndre Murray 25 million, then I mean, that's a different story right there. We could talk about that on the back end.
But here's the thing for me. You know why I give Jalen Brunson 25 million? Because I give DeMonte Murray 30 million. That's why I give Jalen Brunson 25. I would give Murray $30 million. I think he's that good. So that's why I say Jalen Brunson ain't bad for 25, because I would if we get DeMonte Murray 2 years from now, you're gonna have to super max him. Am I right or wrong? You're gonna have to give him the max.
He's sure gonna make an all-star.
and he gonna get the max deal. So I think if he get the max deal for 30 something, I think Jalen Brunson, you got to give him 25 because that's pretty much what the average guard is. And I do think this here, and I'm not saying that because I'd rather the Knicks to go the other way. Y'all, let me just get it twisted real quick, Chop. I mean, KJ, I want to see the Knicks go youth. But it's not really what we want to see. I want to see the Knicks keep picking up, going. That's why even though I didn't have a problem not getting a pick, but we still got picks going ahead. So even if we didn't take a player this year, that player in 2023 could be the one, like I said, that might have been this year. So it's still not an issue to me. But long as they got Julius Randle, long as the Knicks got Julius Randle, guys, we got to build a team for the playoff. That's facts. You can't take the $25 million Julius Randle and rebuild. You can't do that. So either you trade Julius Randle and then you can go young. But if you're going to keep Julius Randle on this team, you got to bring in some star players. Because you can't keep Julius Randle for $117 million and you're not building to go to the playoffs. You know what I mean? Because that would be a lack of stock in the league. So either you get rid of Julius Randle, and you can go young with drafting. But if you were gonna keep Julius Randle, the Knicks gonna have to build a team to get to the playoffs because you're not wasting that money just to be in a play-in with Julius Randle on the team.
Right, and I think the biggest question is going to be Devon and Shy is one, if we keep Julius Randle on this current team with Obi Toppin, how are the minutes between those two going to be? Are they going to be the same? How is Julius Randle's game going to be? Is he still going to play that same isolation game, wanting to bring the ball up? And to me, it's like it's one of those things we don't know which way Julius Randle was going. We will hope so. He's a team player and put all the other stuff from last year behind him. But it's one of those things that we're not sure of. So, again, the Knicks have another challenge right now to figure out who's going away. And if you do keep Julius Randle on his team with a bona fide point guard and a Jalen Brunson or DeJounte Murray, how's he going to react to it? So that's my thinking now is like how's this Knicks team going to be constructed around Julius Randle if we plan on keeping him here in Obi Toppin? Because, again, we don't want to see Obi Toppin only playing 10 minutes per game. It's not going to work in New York City.
No, sir.
So it's another challenge ahead right now, and I can't wait to see exactly what they're going to do with this final roster.
Yeah, I would love to see him just go to the three, man. I seen him working out in Santa Clara today in the gym, knocking down three. Obi Toppin already putting work in the gym, like bang. He working on what he need to work on. He out there working on his 3-point shot. I'm like, see, that's what these young boys doing. They on the off season getting their work in. I'm telling you, them Knicks gonna be ready next year, man. Them young boys got a taste of this stuff. But once you get a taste of something, you know how I go, fellas. We men. Mm-hmm. Once you get a taste of something,
you always gonna want it back.
And them boys, I'm telling you, I want to be in the Knicks training camp, boy. I swear. I think it's gonna be some fierce competition up in there. Man, look at he know what he up against. I'm about to go on my third year. I need this spot. Somebody got to come in and take this spot for me this summer. And that's what his mindset is. He know he got a chance. Let me see, Allisburg, if he going, and now it's me, Derrick Rose, and Grimes. They didn't draft nobody. Now it's me, him, and Grimes and Monchero anyway. If he that nice, he could do that. But now quickly gonna be like, if you don't bring a free agent in, that's my spot to take. If he a man, that's how you're supposed to deal with it. You know, like I'm gonna be able to bust you. You know what? I'm getting that spot. I want my paper. I want my bag. So you got to think about Emmanuel quickly at Obi Toppin, man. Them cats can be like, listen, I got 2 years. I want my bag. I'm going out there to bust some butt this summer. You know, and they putting their work in because they know they come there and them cats is ready, man. All of them. I think they're gonna be nice. So I'm excited, Shot Power. I think they can do it, man. So that's why this is I say all that is. We got a lot of flexibility around here. We can go Colin Sexton. If he's free to go, you could like Cash Out said you can we got 40 million. You got there. You can move Randall, Burks, and Noel. And if you want to go let Obi Toppin start, and you go to the one, you still in a good spot. You know what I mean? So the Knicks is in a good place, man. I just hope they I'm confident, man. These boys gonna do the right thing. I'm not mad about last night. I guess I say that to say all that is that I'm not mad at last night whatsoever.
And salute to May 4th and to Jarvis. Mm-hmm. I'm right there with both of you guys, man. I believe this year Quentin Grimes is going to be a shining star on this team. Right. I think this year, like you say, Devon, this might be the year he might even make a trip to the 3-point land, to the All-Star to shoot some 3-pointers. Yeah. Let's see what happens, though. You know, I stay high. I stay optimistic for Quentin because with time on the court, I mean, you know, how they set this team up this year, where he's going to be at, is going to really make a big thing for me this year. Is he going to be that two, him, Brunson, Grimes, and RJ, or are we going to go Brunson, RJ, and Cam Reddish? So it all makes a difference on how they start that front three. And I think Quentin Grimes is going to be a one of those players that we talk at the midseason about.
Yeah. Hey, Frank Matos, a real good point. I appreciate you putting that up for me, man. Good look. Check it out. Dallas protected top 10, 2023 and 25. Elks 25 second round pick. Washington, you get that protected top 14 in 2000 this next year. Top 12 protected in 24. You got a top 25, top 10 protected in 225. You got 8 in the 2026 top in the top 8. And else 2026, and that's that like I said, you like D. Ross said, trust the process, bro. That's what OKC was doing, so nobody should be complaining. You know what I mean? That's what OKC doing. You know what I mean? And look what we doing, the same thing. And we got talent too. We got Julius Randle and all these guys, and we still got all that. That don't happen a lot when you got talent like RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, and you got all them draft picks like that. Usually when you got a team like that, you in a bottle feed like OKC. Knicks got them draft picks and all that. They were in the playoffs last year. So their infrastructure is good. You a playoff team with all them assets. That's how you build a team. You know what I mean? A playoff team already, and they got all the assets to back it up just in case they got to do something different. That's why I said you got to get Scott Perry his flowers, man. You know that brother really came here in 2018 and put this shit together. I'm getting rid of all these bad contracts. I'm not trading draft picks. He kept all his boys. He kept Knox all of them until last year because it was his last year anyway. He kept them young players. He liquidated Mitchell Robinson going on the 5th year. He kept them. And Scott Perry grabbed the Mitchell Robinson off to come out with Anthony deal. He been wheeling dealing since he got here. He got rid of Porzingis. Got Derrick Rose and 2 first-round picks that might turn into Devontae Murray the next year for Porzingis because he got Derrick Rose in the 2nd round with that Dennis Smith deal, and then he got the 2 picks from Dallas. So Porzingis he ain't been playing worth that contract. Good move, Scott Perry, because he haven't did nothing since he had that contract. Bang. And you got that money. You got real. So I think he done did the thing. Now he got in the position to capitalize off this thing, man. And we good all over. We good with picks. We good with capital. We good with talent. That's how you run an organization. That's Golden State Warriors. That's San Antonio Spurs. That's what that is. And I'm salute to the Knicks, man. We good. Like I said, I'm like we good. KJ, I just think we got it going on here, man. So let's see what happens in 2023. We got next week free agency coming up. So I'm glad we got to free some money, like you said last night. We probably got another week to try to get some more in there so we can go make a deal with somebody.
Yeah, I think the difference is, to your point, Divine, we're in New York City. So everything's always going to be magnified and blown up more than all these other different cities that's out there.
Correct.
Because we're just New York City. Again, yeah, we're a big market team trying to build like a small market. That's a no-no.
Mm-hmm.
We want that. We want it now. And I get it. And we deserve it now. But again, I'd rather have a team of the 90s that every year we knew this team was going to go to the playoffs and potentially get to that championship level team. Again, my thing is, what's the sleeper guy for me this year coming up? It's going to be Deuce McBride.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I believe with the competition of guards that we have on this team right now, especially if we get a Jalen Brunson and or a DeJounte Murray, don't forget these guys are like, man, I want to play too. IQ gonna want to play. Grimes, we still got D Rose. So the competition is going to be there because guess what happened? If you don't get in the game, say, man, I gotta sit. And we know how Tibbs plays his players. Everybody's not going to be able to play. So, again, to me, the sleeper this year for me is Deuce McBride.
Yeah. Hey, you know what's crazy? Think about this here. Devontae Murray, Deuce McBride, Quentin Grimes, and Obi Toppin. Not Obi Toppin, I meant to say quickly. Might be the best 4 defenses on guard on one team in the league. Devontae Murray and Quentin Grimes, and I just think it's on another level with defense. McBride is on a level, and quickly defense is good. So our backcourt ain't coming in there, and that's the difference with Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. That's my prime example right there. You got 4 defenders, and 2 of the guys we had in the start lineup this year couldn't defend. that change to the Knicks like that, bro. Literally. You know, and they youth, they can all get down. DeMonte Murray and Quentin Grimes backcourt. I'd take that best defense backcourt.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that would be like what's her name? Drew Holiday and somebody else. DeMonte Murray and Quentin Grimes a lot more just about any backcourt in the NBA. So I think the Knicks, that's why the Knicks didn't need that pick. They're like, we don't need it. We got talent down here, bro. We got talent out here. We just gotta put it all together. And I think this might be that year. I think the Knicks, the year the Knicks won it last year, I think they got a better shot this year at doing it than what they did last year. I think this year gonna be even better because they got more athletic, more talented. They brought in more talent. They got rid of older guys. They brought in some young energy, and they brought in the cup. That point guard spot is the biggest thing in New York. I think Jalen Brunson is better than Alex Burks at the point guard. 3 times better than him at the point guard, almost to me.
No question.
As a point guard. So you upgrading that position and you still got the firepower. I just think that's going to be interesting in New York, man. I'm trying to be optimistic with facts, though. You know what I mean? I'm not just saying something. I just think we got some good people down here, man. I think they're going to put it together. I think last year wasn't bad. Shot out, you hit the nail on the head earlier. Can you imagine them 10 games we would have shot 70% from the free throw line? We would have been a 40-something win team. 47 win. We lost 10 games alone just by free throws. We shot 50% from the free throw line, almost in like 10. We only shot 61% from the field this year. That's terrible. We shot 40% from the floor at the 2-point area, and we wasn't that good at the 3-point area. That's why we was in the lower echelon of offense. But imagine if you just would have hit them 10 shot 80% or 75% in them 10 games. The Knicks would have been 47 something. So I just think that, you know, and that's what losing Derrick Rose and losing Noel. Yep. That team wasn't bad, bro. That team came back from last year, and I think they just didn't get enough time to get acclimated, and the injuries. I think the injuries kind of killed us this year. I think Derrick Rose taking him out the way, Sharp Powers losing that 13-14 a game with Alex Burks on the bench with him. That was almost 20-something points a game from our second unit. We lost because Derrick Rose went down, and Alex Burks went to the starting lineup. 27 points off the second unit because the guys who replaced us didn't do what they did. So let's say it was 20-something, we probably did not even half of that. We lost almost 14 points off the bench this year because Grimes didn't play that much. He only gave us a little bit in that spot. And who else was the backup point guard for Alex Burks this year? Because Kimbo went down, Alex Burks moved over. And so it was really quickly.
Grimes. That was it. Quickly and Grimes. We didn't see much of Deuce or anybody else. Yep.
So we lost a lot. We lost a lot of firepower because now you lost quickly minutes at the 2 because he went to the 1. Grimes had us about 6 points a game. So we think about how much we lost this year, man. And then we lose Noel. I mean, I like Jericho Sims, but he ain't Noel yet. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think this year we're healthy. We make the right move. I think the Knicks will be pretty good, though. I think we'll be back up with the young talent. Whether they go young the other way, if you even take Julius Randle out of the equation, Sharp Howard, I still think the Knicks will be good.
Yeah, I believe so too, man. I believe the pace of the team will be a little different. You know, if you move, and I'm not, and let me say this, man, I'm not down in Julius Randle. If he comes back, I'm happy. If he leaves, you know, he's always a Knick, you know. But with him out of the if we get Jalen Brunson, I think Randall will have a better year this year. I believe. I think Brunson can set Julius up instead of letting Julius get the ball, let the double team swarm to him, and then try to kick it out. You know, I think Brunson can control the offense, and when he sees that Julius is now down on the block, this makes it a difference than him getting the ball early in the shot clock and then kicking it out. Then he gets it down to the block with 7 seconds where when he gets the ball, he's going straight to the hole. So I think that may change the change up the look of the team. But if Julius is not here, I think it opens it up for us to have a more running gun type of crew where we'll be running a lot because Obi is out on every breakout. You know what I mean? And you know, it changes the pace that changes, man. You've seen it towards the end of the year when Julius wasn't in the game, and they finally were playing, you know, consecutive minutes and stuff like that. They played better because they were playing with pace. So you know, I'm optimistic about this team, man. If we get Brunson, if we get Murray, we may be even to look to make a trade to somewhere and get a player from some other team. You know, it's still we don't know where the focus is right now, but by next week we'll know a little better.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Yeah, cash out. I'm on. Hey, AJ, go ahead, brother. Because I'm on that Devontae train. I think he.
And again, guys, we still got Cam Reddish who didn't really play.
Facts.
So
Facts.
again, it's one of those things. Where are we going with this team? Because think about it. This say, for instance, we have DeAndre Murray or Jalen Brunson as our starting point guard. What is our starting five? What starting five you want to see right now on this team, Devon and Shot? I'm gonna start first.
Okay.
Either or we got Murray or Brunson. I'm starting with Brunson. With the constructed team that we have here, this is my starting five for next year. Brunson at the 1. At the 2, I'm going with Grimes.
Yep.
At the 3, RJ Barrett. At the 4, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson. My bench now. I have IQ. I have Deuce McBride. I have Cam Reddish. I have Obi Toppin. And I have Sims. And the reason I'm saying that bench is because I think with those players, when we get rid of some of these guys, I think Evan Fournier is out of here. I believe D Rose is out of here, and so on.
Cash out in the building.
Cash out. My sign out.
Hey, Sean Powell. Cash out.
Hey, real quick. Hey, cash out. You got me with that one. You're absolutely right. The straight cash. But look, that was after the fact. I seen what the Knicks did yesterday.
Right.
So it's over now. That was pre-draft.
Yeah. Right.
I still got my sign here, but you know, hey, cash out. Cash out. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over.
Knicks real talk. You heard it first. The man gave up on Russell Westbrook.
It's over. It's over. Y'all can start riding me now. It's over. It's over. Look,
Yeah.
it's gone.
But yeah, man, you know what? Real talk. We in a good spot. If we get Brunson or, but here you go. To say what you would say. Let me give you mine.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go Devontae Murray. Depending on who here, not here, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to go if he's here. I'm gonna have to go quickly. If he's here, I'll go Devontae Murray at the 1, quickly at the 2, RJ at the 3. If Randall's here at the 4, obviously, and Mitchell Robinson. My only change with yours would be quickly instead of Grimes. And then, like you said, then it would be for me, backcourt would be, depending if he's here, you're gonna have to put Derrick Rose there.
This is the bench you're talking about.
Yes, yeah, the bench.
Okay.
If Derrick, then obviously if Derrick Rose there and he healthy, Derrick Rose to be the backup point guard. Then you had to go with Grimes with Derrick Rose, Cam Reddish, Obi Toppin, Jericho Sims. I think you're gonna have to throw, because we a playoff type team, you're gonna have to put Derrick Rose in there for the experience. And he's gonna get you 13 a game if he's healthy and experience. So I just had to say Derrick Rose instead of Grimes. My only change with yours would have been what I said, Emmanuel quickly started and Derrick Rose being the backup 1, excuse me.
Okay.
All right. No matter who it is, if it's Murray or Brunson, they would be the 1. The 2 would be Grimes this year. The 3 would be RJ. The 4 would be Obi first. If we don't move Randall, and Mitchell Robinson with Sims backing him up. The people coming off the bench would be the Cam Reddishes, the Sims, Cam Reddish, Sims. I think it will either be Burks or Evan Fournier, whichever one doesn't get moved. And one of these new guys will probably try to fill in a Hunt, or I think we still got Hunt too, right?
Yeah.
Ferry and Hunt.
Ferry and Hunt. So it might be Hunt because I think he could step up in there, something like that. But if we had the backup point guard, depending on if we had Murray or whatever, I think I might even give Deuce a shot at that the second unit. I think I would probably try to give or split the minutes if we still have Rose. Maybe Rose will come in for 4 minutes, and then maybe Deuce could come in for another 4 minutes or something like that. But I don't know what we're gonna do with Rose right now. I don't know if Rose is going to be here or not. But it all depends on who we have as a starting point guard.
You know what? I'm changing my mind. I'm going with cash out lineup all day, every day. If the Knicks had that lineup for the next 4 years, look at that backcourt, 6'7" point guard and a shooting guard.
Oh man, that's beautiful right there.
6'8". But man, cash out. Yeah, this your show tonight, brother. That lineup right there is dangerous. Oh man, listen.
RJ Cam.
Look,
man. That really is a really good crew out there too, man, because all those guys play good defense and they all 6'7". They all like 6 something. They all 6 something and better. That would be beautiful, man. Oh my goodness.
Listen, you got the premier shot blockers up in the front, one of the best point guards on the defensive end in the backcourt. You got RJ, 6'7" guard, bully ball. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. Now you got Murray can spread the floor, Cam can spread the floor, Obi can play out on the perimeter, and RJ Barrett got that lane all day long. That is a nice team, bro. So I'll cash out. That was a good one.
I like that team. I just think that Tibbs would go with some shooters on that front. That's why I put Grimes in there. I like that team though. He put out there.
Oh, that team is nice. I wouldn't mind seeing that team start. And then on the other end of that, you can have all these guys in the second unit as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You could have IQ. Right. You could have Deuce. You could have either Fournier if he wants to come off the bench, or this Ferry and Hunt with Sims or something like that, or Burks instead of Fournier or something like that. That's not a bad second unit either.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what they're gonna do with. The only reason why I keep saying these other guys because I'm not sure what they're gonna do with Rose. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're gonna do with Rose because if they're really trying to shed salary, Rose has one of the biggest contracts off the bench, $14 million. He might be.
I gotta find a way to slide up and Scott Perry done DMs KJ. Somebody I gotta sit on that lineup. So I gotta get a Twitter. That was a good one call, man. I like that team. I like that length, like athleticism. That's an athletic team, bro. Murray athletic, RJ athletic, Cam athletic, Obi Cap athletic, and Mitchell Robinson athletic.
Yeah.
Straight. You got 3 leapers in there. You got defenders. You got defenders up and down the board.
Some good defense.
1 to 5.
Good offense out there too.
Hey man, Murray triple double threat, 29 and 9, 28 and 8 this year. What? RJ 20 points this year. So you got your two cats who gonna get you your 20 points a game right there. Murray and RJ, that's pretty much your foundation right there to me. You know what I mean? And then you got Cam Reddish and Obi being that second tier with Mitchell Robinson. That's nice. I love to see the Knicks roll with something like that. Boy, that'd be impressive, man. So that's good, man.
That breaking news I see from Keith Turner.
Mm-hmm.
We have to check that out.
Oh, okay.
Man, 5 years, 125.
Yeah, they have to, because they had to, because that's what Dallas can allow for 5 years. That's cool.
Can the Knicks offer him 5 years?
Yeah, they got it. Yeah, he's a max player. This is a max year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is max year. He this is, so, but that's what do you think, Keith? Would you do it? I think. Look at, and I put that again. He only person making more money than him is the 14th is Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry make $28 million, and after Kyle Lowry, it drops down to $22 million for Mike Conley. I think Jalen Brunson is worth that. I really do. I think he come to the Knicks, and I think he get you 18, 19 a game. Easy. So, and get you, 5 assists, rebound, and bully boy. I don't have a problem with that. And then that means you got him. Now, this is the question. If you bring in Jalen Brunson, you're going to have to, do you think Jalen Brunson, with the team constructed now, will get us to the playoffs? Let's say to the playoffs. And then, you got 25 million in Julius, 26 in Randall, 25 in Jalen Brunson, and you got RJ Distinction coming up next year. Do you think that team was? See, it's not bad because you can go over the cap to do RJ. So if they trade Fournier and somebody and get somebody to go with Jalen Brunson here to help that team, and then you get RJ Distinction next year, I don't have a problem with that. I think I would have to go with it. 125.
Yeah, I keep seeing 4 years, 100 mil. So
I don't think we could. I'm not 100% sure. But I think the only team that can offer him 5 years is the Mavericks. I think, but I could be wrong.
I think that what it is, though, they're going to do the sign and trade.
Oh, okay.
I would say that the Mavericks will sign them and trade them to us. And then, that we'd be taking on that 125 or whatever.
The Mavericks really didn't think we were going to be able to come off this cap either, man. remember months ago, tag, what's the guy name? The owner, the guy that's on Shark Tank. Oh my God, I can't remember his
Mark
name.
Cuban.
Cuban, dang. Cuban was like, "Oh, we're not doing no sign and trades and nothing like that to facilitate no trades and nothing like that. We're not gonna do no sign and trade." And now we got the money to probably offer him the money now. So what you gonna do now?
Yeah. You know what? Like I said, I think if you look at the market value. Let me ask you a question. Who named the last Knicks point guard that was better than Jalen Brunson?
Yeah, that's true. I can't
Jason
even say
Kidd.
that. I was gonna say Jason Kidd, but it wasn't in his prime. But he was definitely good.
In 2018, he had a good year for 18 points a game that year. Him and Porzingis and Melo, I thought they could have did so with that team.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, he had a good year that year. I think he had scored 18 points a game in the Phil Jackson trade, when they made that trade. But I would say Derrick Rose in 2018. So Jalen Brunson is, that's what, and that's been the position that's been hurting our organization for years. I mean, and who else out there would you take? Now, you could do this here now. You could bypass all that, and I think they're going to buy John Wall out. I think they're going to buy John Wall out. Buy him out. He opted into that $47 million. Probably buy him out. So you go John Wall too. You ain't got to spend all that money. So I mean, we got scenarios, but I think Jalen Brunson going to get that money. But the reason why I was saying, guys, because we can't offer that because unless if it's a sign and trade, Dallas got to sign him, and Dallas got to give him 5 years. I think over there in Dallas. I think if I might be wrong, but I thought that when you sign your own player, he get that he get the 5 years.
Yeah, that 1 year. Yeah, they get an extra year, right?
If that's the case, then they might give him 25 million a year. They might say we're gonna give him 125, and then so Knicks got to eat 125 million in the deal. They got to come up with 25 million a year, which they got it. But what I mean is that's the only way they do that, unless he just gets signed outright. If he gets signed outright, then it could be whatever. But I do think that the sign and trade is the way they're gonna go.
And
they ain't gonna lose it for nothing.
Right. And what the Knicks I think about now, he's 25 now. He turns 26 August 31st. So we're looking at, say, 4 or 5 years. End of that contract, he's 30, 31 years old, still in your prime.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think Jalen Brunson can keep up the next 5 years? What can he? Do you think he could bring us to that championship level team?
I think he could be a part of it. He might be the third, fourth option. He might be the third option. But I think he can, because like I said, if you bring him in and you still got let's go with Keith Turner talk about right now. Once we get rid of Noel and Burks, then we got the cap money. Oh, we got to get one of them because we know we got to get rid of Noel because you got Todd. $5 million is not guaranteed, so that right there put us at $20 million because we got 14 something now. The $9 million for Kimba, the 4.5 from the draft pick that we would have had to pay out. We saved that, so you add that's 13.5. So if you do Noel, that's 23, right, and that's fine. But then, if you do once you do that, you do a sign and trade. Now, what do you do in a sign and trade? You send out Evan Fournier and somebody to match the $25 million. To match the $25 million that they putting out. So think about it. Now we freed up $25 million. Right? So you put something with that. Now, if you go get that guy right then and there with that money to replace Evan Fournier, he might be that dude. Then I think then he's got a championship team, not championship, a contending team. I think Jalen Brunson, whoever take Evan Fournier's spot for that money they free up, but gotta be better than Evan Fournier, RJ Barrett, Randall, and Mitchell Robinson. I think they could do something. I think they still got a good team there. And that's the starting lineup, and that's not counting quickly and Obi and them in the second unit. So I think the Jalen Brunson thing is a win to me. I don't have a problem with it because I think, between that and then like I said, next year RJ can get signed over the cap, and then the cap going up anyway. But we could sign RJ, try $5 million over the cap. It don't be even if we wanted to go in the luxury tax, we could do it. But so that's not even an issue. So between RJ, Randall, the player you bring in, and Brunson, you're eating up $100 million worth of your cap. In 1 year, every year you eat up $100 million. So if the cap go up to 40, the good thing about the way the Knicks is constructed, Obi's still on a rookie deal. Then that's why it works out. I mean, Sims on a rookie deal, Obi on a rookie deal, Quickly on a rookie deal, McBride on a rookie deal, Grimes on a rookie deal, and our bench is still young and they on rookie deals. So you could pull that off for a while, for another 2 years. Then you would figure out, what you're gonna do with whoever. But I think it could be done though. But if not, move Randall, then it is what it is. KJ, I think they can pull that off.
Absolutely. Anything's possible dealing with this regime right here because we don't know which way they're going. And that's why I said it's going to be interesting. Do we keep Julius? Do we keep Evan Fournier? Based on our models, we're not keeping Evan Fournier. We're not keeping Alec Burke, and we're not keeping Noel or Taj Gibson or D Rose. We want to stick to that young core that we got. Now we need a veteran guy in there. So you figure either Taj Gibson is going to stay there as a coach or whatever, he stretched that contract, or D Rose because we know the connection there. But D Rose to me still could help a team out right now. So again, you like a team like the LA Lakers, D Rose could help them out right now because they need a point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Go out there, do a sign trade with them, do something out there with them to help them out too as well. So my thing is, I'm interested to see how this franchise is going to mix and match this team right now, especially with Julius Randle and Obi Toppin. Because, again, we can't see Obi Toppin playing 10 minutes a game. Can't happen.
It's true a lot. I understand where you're coming from, but like I said, if I put up the players that's in the NBA right now making that money, you would be surprised at the point guard spot. Who making $20 million in the NBA? You like, damn, they're making $20 million. Out of the 30 point guard, I think right now in the Eastern Conference, or 15, or let's just say the 30 point guard in the NBA. And once the salary wise, like I said, once you get past, he better than Kyle Lowry. I don't care. He is better than Kyle Lowry. Make $28 million. You know what I mean? I don't want to give him that either. I prefer to go the other way. I would rather give DeMonte Murray 25 to 30 million before I give to Brunson. That's just my take. I really mean that because I think that boy is special. So, but if the Knicks going after him, we don't have no choice. You know what I mean? Like I know we don't want it, but if the Knicks go after Jalen Brunson, whether we like it or not, they're going to pay him. We ain't got no say in that. You know what I mean? I know we won't do it. We want to do it. We won't do it. The reason why I say it don't matter to me because the Knicks going to do what they want to do. It ain't got to do with me. I can't tell them not to sign Jalen Brunson. So, but if our organization thinks he's worth $25 million, they must see something that we don't see. And we on the outside looking in. All we see him is on TV. You know what I mean? They up front, close and personal with these guys. So they might see things that we don't even see. That's what they would. That's why I might make them worth a certain thing. They might say, oh, if RJ get this, RJ do that. Imagine if RJ free throw this year, RJ improved the 3-point percentage. You don't think RJ back worth $25 million if he work on them two things in his game at 22 years old? That's what they see. They say RJ Barrett, 14 coming the rookie year, 14, 17, 20. He on there, if he work on his free throw shooting and he get back to shooting the way he shot in 2021 and 22, I'll give him $25 million. That's what the Knicks think because the man will be averaging 25 points a game. So, I think we got to look at the way the organization, they might think Jalen Brunson, what he did with Luka Doncic, coming out of Villanova, Jay Wright protege, championship pedigree, father's an NBA player, and he had a hell of a year. Look what the Dallas Mavericks did this year, guys. And they did that because of him and Luka Doncic. We know Luka Doncic, if it weren't for Jalen Brunson, they wouldn't have been that good this year. Because even when Luka went down, that boy was averaging almost 20-something a game or 20 a game. So the Knicks might see value in that. and they might say, I think he can help Julius Randle and RJ like he did Luka Doncic and them. That got to be they take. If the Mavericks gonna sign that dude, I don't think we gonna get him anyway, because I don't think they letting him go. I think the Dallas Mavericks gonna sign Jalen Brunson for give him his max money because they know they got a good, and they just got Christian Woods down there, so they be like, okay, we was a center away from really doing something. So they say Jalen Brunson was a part of that. So they might say, I'm going to sign. Mark Cuban got money. Let's not get it twisted. You know what I mean? So I think they signed Jalen Brunson. I don't even think he's coming to the Knicks. I think a lot of this stuff they throwing out there, he ain't coming here. He's staying in Dallas. And I'm gonna put you heard me say that on Knicks Real Talk tonight. Jalen Brunson is not leaving Dallas. And I think Mark Cuban are not going to let him go. They're like, yo, this cat, this is who why break up something this special? You know what I mean? The cat grew up there, just like I said, just like we gave Mitchell Robinson 15, they drafted him. He grew up in the organization. So now Jalen Brunson, they drafted, grew up in the organization. Now he's about to get rewarded. Mark Cuban know that's his point guard moving forward to get him and Luka Doncic back to where they was at. Now they're going to add a Tristan Wood and they might get some more talent. I don't even think he's coming to the Knicks. And I'm gonna be almost 70-80% on that.
I mean, they still do have Dinwiddie there, and oh my gosh, I am brain freezing tonight.
Tim Hardaway, they got.
Thank you, Tim Hardaway Jr. They still have him there too. So I mean, you know, see what happens. I don't know. I if he comes, he comes. I mean, you know, like you said, Devon, no matter what we say, the Knicks are going to do what they're going to do anyway. My eye would be on Murray per se, me personally, because that lineup that we just seen in the chat, man, that lineup is deadly right there. That is a deadly lineup. I would love to see Murray here, but I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him. And at $25 million, you know, a year, and he can also opt out, right? He even if they offer him 5 years at $125 million, he doesn't have to take it.
No, he can leave.
Right, he can get that extra $25 million here too, you know. So you know, after 4 years, you know, the next contract or something like that. So
yeah, I think he stays though. I think they got something special there. I think they got Luka locked up. They lock him up. You know, they got, and that's what's so crazy. Think about if Tim Hardaway was averaging like 19 a game. He had a good year last year. He just when he come back, I think when that team come back next year with adding Christian Woods, I think the Dallas Mavericks gonna be right there in the West with Jalen Brunson, Luka Doncic, Dorian Finney-Smith, Tim Hardaway, Christian Woods. I mean, and they got Reggie Bullock. Them boys got a good team down there, and they play. And they got defense ball players now. That's why they were where they were at this year in the playoffs. So I do think if Jalen Brunson stay down there with the emergence of Christian Woods, he ain't no Maxi Kleber. I can tell you that right now. You know what I mean? So I think we might. That's why I like Hey, you might got to think about Colin Sexton. You might got to think about a lot of these guys because I don't think Jalen Brunson gonna come here. I don't think he's coming. I think it's a lot of smoking. The Knicks trying what it is. They trying to get money to get him. Just because the father came here don't mean he coming here. You know, because you know what? His father coached with Tom Thibodeau back when he was with Chicago. I think people don't realize that he coached with Tom Thibodeau in Chicago. I thought they might have brought him along just in case they lose Johnny Bryant. Being that we lost Kenny Payne, they needed to fill a spot. You know what I mean? So they brought Jalen Brunson, and I don't think it had nothing to do with his son because he coached with Tom Thibodeau back in Chicago and Minnesota. You know, so, but that's a narrative out there. Everybody think that's what it is, but that's not the case. But so, and you know what? He don't come, he come. But I think no matter what they do, we got a lot of options out there. And if not, run quickly for $2 million. I think quickly can run the point guard spot in New York for $2 million this year. Fuck Jalen Brunson, all of it. You ask me to be honest with you, I want quickly to start anyway.
Right, I feel you.
You know, say that money, just you can use quickly this year. But if you get Brunson, so be it.
Plus, the good thing about Rick Brunson, his father, he's tapped in heavy to coaching in New Jersey right now. Right. Don't you know he just coached the Juan Wagner, DJ Wagner's son.
Yep. Who's
going to be the number one state player in New Jersey, which will be going to college next couple of years. So let the conspiracy theories happen right now. Next couple of years, we may can get DJ Wagner at the point guard in New York City if Brunson is still here. We got the assets. I'm just throwing that out there. Not saying it's going to happen, but I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, man. The Knicks got a lot of versatility, guys. I think they got a lot of ways they can go. I do think that you know, we're gonna be all right in New York. I like what we got down here, and I guess I've been a Knicks fan for 50 years, bro. I never been more excited than where we at right now as an organization. I mean, think about how long we've been watching this stuff, man. You know what I mean? Crash after crash, bad deal after bad deal. We finally got a firm grip on this thing, and people don't even see it. The Knicks is in a good spot. They ain't been like this in years, bro. So I'm optimistic about it, man. Like I said, if them cats wouldn't have went down last year, and without the foul shooting, Knicks would have been back in the playoffs. It wouldn't have been nothing. Like the Lakers. Why did the Lakers had them injuries? They nothing you could say. Anthony Davis, LeBron James injuries kept them from going where they got to go. The New York Knicks know why we didn't go to the playoffs last year? Injuries. Derrick Rose, Nerlens Noel, and Kemba Walker. And we only missed it. We still was only 4 games out of where we were last year.
Right.
So it makes a difference when shit just don't work that year. That don't mean you blow it up because it didn't work. That's what we know where the Knicks failed with that at? Mike Woodson. Remember the year Carmelo and Jason and the kid got the way they had that next year, all of injuries happened by the All-Star break. The Knicks was about a game or something away from to get in the playoff spot. They let Mike Woodson go and they bring Phil Jackson up here. See, they panicked. They should have let Mike Woodson stay and finished out that year and got them boys in the playoffs. J.R. Smith them back in the playoffs. And then maybe Phil Jackson would have seen something different, but the Knicks panicked. And that's why I don't think they should panic with Tom Thibodeau. He got us in the playoffs. We had an off year. That don't mean you let him go. You know what I mean? Because they should have let Mike Woodson go. Mike Woodson would have got us back. He would have got us to the playoffs. You know, so I think we're going to be all right in New York, man. I'm looking forward to that young squad down there, man. And I'm hopefully they make the good moves down there. And let's bring in what we need, Shaw Power. Let's bring in what we need, man. And I think we got a chance to bring it in there. So we'll see how the free agency go next week. And hopefully we get something done. I don't know if it'll be Brunson. I'm gonna guess that he stay in Dallas, but I'm just only guesstimating. You know, that's my gut feeling. I'm not saying I'm right, but that's what I'm going with. I think he stays in Dallas. And if he come out, then Knicks get him. We got to live with him. You know what I mean? We got no choice. He here now, so we hopefully become him. You know, him and Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett don't find that. And Mitchell Robinson, I don't think that's a bad starting lineup, guys. I don't think Julius Randle, Rick Brunson, R.J. Barrett, and Mitchell Robinson is the bad starting lineup. I don't think that whatsoever. And even if you slide Obi Toppin at 3 and trade Fournier, you still got a nice team. You know, so we'll see how it goes. But I think we should be all right though.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait to see what happens, you know, by next week and stuff like that, because this whole week you're gonna see so many different things out there thrown out there, you know, just to see what sticks and stuff like that. You're gonna hear about the Westbrooks. You're gonna hear about you're gonna hear about everything. Every point guard that's gonna be available this year. There's going to be a bill, and all these guys may opt out of their contracts and stuff like that. So it's still interesting, man. I still can't wait to see what the New York Knicks do this year. If we go all in and go get Brunson, or if we miss Brunson and try to go five first rounders to go get DeAndre Murray, or whatever we could do, man. I think this is going to be something, and it may be something out there that we don't even know that's under the table. Something they may make a trade to make salary cap for next year, and trade 3 players and go get D'Lo or something like that. You know, there's so many things this week. You're going to see so many names out there being traded off to the Knicks before this trade deadline. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Hey, you made a good one. Hey, Jarvis, I try to leave it up to give me flowers. Jarvis, I'm on that, brother. And that's why last night's draft could bring you that Devontae Murray deal just by the way they did it. Now you can I guarantee you take San Antonio, you can have all my draft picks next year. You know you're going to get 2 that are going to be able to draft, and you got 2 protected ones. No matter what, you get Devontae Murray, you give them 4 picks that we got next year. Just give them to them. And throw a player or 2 in there, or 1 or 2. Devontae Murray should be able to walk through the Knicks door with no problem. If they really, I think the Knicks got a better package for Devontae Murray than Atlanta do with John Collins, and I don't even know why they would do that. Why would they do that? Why would you take John Collins instead of Devontae Murray, and you in like a rebuild? You know what I mean? Like you in a rebuild, literally. You're in a rebuild. You know what I mean? They done gave, you know, so I don't think that's the case. So I think the Knicks got a good package, KJ, to get him. I think if you're gonna change the Knicks organization around, go get Devontae Murray. I think you change the whole. I think him and R.J. Barrett, knowing you locking Mitchell Robinson up, like Cash Out said with R.J., Cam, Obi, and Mitchell Robinson.
Ooh, man, I like to see that team. I like to see that. That is a run and gun.
That's that
Up,
Memphis Grizzlies stuff right there. You know what I mean?
that is run and gun right there. That is pace personified right there. Woo.
Mm. And check it out right now. Just this year, because he ain't signed yet. Mitchell Robinson, 15 million. Devontae Murray, 16 million. That's 31. RJ making 10 million. That's 41. Cam making 5 million. That's $46 million. And who else I left out?
Obi Toppin.
Obi Toppin making 5 million a minute. So you got $51 million in start lineup that deadly. 51 million in salary with them 5 players. And you still got all that salary. You still got all them rookie scale guys and Grimes, quickly. They still on rookie deals and the back of them dudes up. The Knicks infrastructure is straight if they could pull some. They make the right move. You wouldn't even think about last night for me, KJ. If the Knicks do it right, you wouldn't even worry about last night. And them last night, because I think ain't nobody in that draft better than Devontae Murray. You get them 4 picks and take him. If them 4 picks bring you Devontae Murray, you better give Leon Rose Executive of the Year. Hands down. If he get Devontae Murray, if the Knicks pull that off, he Executive of the Year. I don't know no other way to say it.
Yeah, that lineup, man. I just keep saying it in my head. That lineup. Then you would really see how much better Mitchell Robinson is with 2 guys at the up front to defend. With Murray and RJ, you really not gonna see nobody penetrating to the hole. And now Mitchell Robinson can stand back there and grab all the rebounds you want. Here's
going to be debate in the organization. His father's there right now, right? But you brought him in. Mm-hmm. Now, who's the better guard? Who do you think could really handle this team the way we need to handle it to take the ball out of Julius Randle's hand? Brunson or Murray? Based on their battles right now, like who do you guys really want? And it's for the chat too. Running this next point guard for the next 3, 4, 5 years, and we need a point guard so bad. Is it Murray or is it Brunson in a person? And let's say we're giving them $25 million. That's their range right now, 25 to 30. Because Devon, you said you'll give Murray 30, right?
Murray 30 easy.
So Nick Nation, Nick's Real Talk family, $25 million to $30 for the next 4 or 5 years. Is it Brunson or Murray at the point guard? And don't forget, we have a lot of point guards right now, so think about this.
Yeah, I gotta go Murray, man.
I'm going Murray. I'm going Murray, and I'm not knocking Brunson, but Murray, I think he's a more fast-paced type of point guard. Even though Brunson can move the ball up and down the court, Murray with Obi, RJ, Cam Reddish, Mitchell Robinson, and that's a nice little young crew right there, man.
I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm going with Brunson.
Really? Yeah,
I'm going with the smaller guard.
I can see that. I don't understand why you're doing it.
Not even because of that. That's some reason too, but I'm just thinking about it, right? If you look at the guards in the NBA right now, most of these small guards, they penetrate, they get to the hole, and they have pest us. Trae Young. I mean, we got guys, and to me, Brunson is battle tested right now. I love what he did in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, he is. But
I like Murray too, but I'm going with Brunson.
But I'm gonna have to go Murray for this reason. His defense is on another level. The Brunson defense ain't nowhere near his. I mean, nowhere near it. When I mean, that's like saying Fournier's defense is compared to Quentin Grimes. Ain't no comparison. And I don't think Brunson's defense is nowhere near Jamal Murray's defense. And he a triple threat. 29 and 9, 28. He giving you Julius Randle's numbers. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said send Julius. If you get Devontae Murray, I'll give you send Julius Randle out. Put Obi Toppin at the 4 and let Devontae Murray do what Julius Randle did at the point guard spot in New York. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just think he's that special, man. The young man all-star last year. Started from the bottom, now he's here. Played under one of the greatest coaches that ever did it. So you know his mentality is good because we played under Pop. You know what I mean? and I just think that culture is there. You know what I mean? And but the boy can get down though, man. He linky. And you can see, like you said, I agree with you with the smaller guard, but at the same time, can the smaller guard hold him? See, it's like it's always a two-way street. Yeah, he might have to have a disadvantage maybe with speed, but I think he's that good. It don't matter. But can them guys hold him though on the other end? So I think Devontae Murray can hold them cats down there, but can they hold Devontae Murray down here? And I think that's why I like him over Brunson, because I think DeAndre Murray shut down any point guard in the league. But now, can any point guard in the league shut him down? And if they can't, then he's the better point guard. And I just think that's him. You get him two ways. I don't know, man. That's why I would take him, just because of his defensive attributes. Where he came from, how he been schooled the last couple of years under Popovich, and he coming from a winning culture. RC Buford and them do their thing down in San Antonio, man. So I like Murray for sure. But Brunson, you can't go wrong with either one of them. But
no,
you can't go wrong with either one of them. But I just would take Murray just because of his defense prowess. I mean, the cat, if he Danny can do a quadruple double out there, he could probably get you that in one night with steals. So that would be me. But you can't go wrong though. You can't go wrong either one. But I think Murray, but Murray averages, there you go, cash out. Thank you. 21, 8, and 9 with 2 steals a game, bro. That's something you might. I'm gonna tell you, when the last time a point guard had that in New York? Walt Clyde Frazier. Them numbers right there. Nick ain't putting them numbers like that. We ain't had none in a minute, bro. That's why I make that boy so dope. I mean, listen, he all that. I can't front, man. I love his game. I like what he could do, and I think him and RJ are 6'7", 6'8" backcourt shot powers. So right, man, that's a wrap. You could be backcourt in the NBA with them two in the backcourt. RJ Barrett and Devontae Murray, then they can shut down any backcourt in the league if they really get into it. 2 6'7" dudes, bro, and they both could play. So I just think that's Tom Thibodeau type of team right there. If Tom Thibodeau had Devontae Murray, you think he had defense with it now? That ain't Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker in the backcourt we talking about.
Ain't Murray 6'4"? I thought Murray was 6'4".
Nah, he's 6'7".
Yeah, really
6'7". Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a shutdown right there. Ain't no backcourt in the league to mess with that. 2 dogs too. So and Cam Reddish at the 6'8" next to him. Come on, Obi 6'9", 6'10" next to him, and Mitchell Roberts 7 foot. Athletic, oh my goodness! But I'll pay a $200 ticket to see that.
Oh, you would definitely see how Mitchell Robinson game would change with Murray also.
Yes,
everything you talk about how the paint is clogged up a little bit and stuff like that. That paint won't be that clogged up with Murray there, man. He'll bring that thing out. Everybody will be spacing. Mitchell Robinson will be on the wing. As soon as he drives to the hole, Mitchell Robinson, it'll be either him or Mitchell Robinson. It'll be either him or Mitchell Robinson. And if Mitchell Robinson come back this year and can hit 68% of his free throws this year, he's a threat.
He's working. He's doing it this summer. That's what you said.
Yeah, I know. He come back. He was like 40. What was he? 40, 42. So he was low, man. 50. If he could get it up to like 50 to 68, that's beautiful.
Hey, but think about this here though. In the last 20 games, you know that was getting better though.
Yeah,
he started hitting more consistent in the last 10 or 15 games. So I think Mitch last year was just get back in shape, get back to normal type of year for him. I think that's the only way I think you could judge that kid. And you're right, because it was. But I think it was just I got to get back to my normal type of year for Mitchell Robinson. I get you. Watch when you see Mitchell Robinson get his bag this year. Double all day, every day in New York. Healthy, plays 72 games.
That's true.
You know what I mean? 72 if the Knicks give him the bag, he gonna go get it. If you get Devontae Murray with Mitchell Robinson, like you said, that defense court and backcourt is the best. Mitchell Robinson and Devontae Murray. We got wings to play against Boston with that lineup, bro. I'm serious. All day. That's special. So I'm hoping it go that way, because I do think if Poplar make him available, I still think Knicks got the best package to get him. No matter if you got to give up quickly or whoever, no matter what, you give up whoever you got to give up Devontae Murray. I don't care if it's Grimes, anybody, Cameron. I don't care. Ain't nobody. If you tell me I trade Julius Randle for Devontae Murray, I'll do it all day, all day long.
Yeah, Fab, that's what we talking about. Man, that would be exciting. That would be an exciting team right there. Murray, RJ, Cam, Obi, Mitch.
Hey, what does Carmelo fit in that if we bring it back?
If you get that young squad, bring them back to come behind Obi.
Yeah, but Melo might not even be able to play. That's what I'm saying.
A May 4th. The May 4th, I feel you because I'm a big grind dude, but if you had to put Grimes in the package, you wouldn't put him in there for DeMonte Murray. And I'm a Grimes dude. But the order to get DeMonte Murray, you got to sacrifice Grimes. I'm a Grimes guy, man. It's just that.
Yeah, I'm thinking Grimes gonna have one of those years this year. But if you talk about DeAndre Murray coming to New York, Grimes, my man.
And I'm a Grimes dude. I think Grimes going to be
too.
the real deal.
I think he's going to be the one this year.
Yep, I'm looking for Grimes to do his thing. That boy can knock him down. The best of defense on another level. If you can hold on to him, I'll be happy. Don't get me wrong. Now, I love to see him and Murray in the backcourt. Murray and Grimes. Don't get me wrong. If you could keep one of them, I'll keep Grimes. Let IQ go guys flex. Because I think if you go down there, he's going to start for Pop anyway. So if that's the case, man, I don't got a problem with that there. But that's why I like about this young team so much, man. That's why I'm hoping you can get that deal done with maybe some aspiring, if it was available, and some picks. And if you can keep, you might have to. Let's say if you lose Cam. All right, let me ask you a question: Cam or Grimes? And Antonio said you got to throw in Cam or Grimes. Who you throwing in?
Man, I don't even let me answer because I put both of them in the package.
Yeah,
don't let me. But I like him, man. I liked him since last year.
I'm throwing in Cam.
Yeah, Cam is the guy
because we're gonna have to pay him. We're gonna have to pay Cam the following year, 2023.
That makes sense.
All right, so. You giving them Cam, right?
I'm giving him Cam.
Keith Turner said Grimes. Nick said he said Cam. Cash Out said Cam. I know they won't tell you, Mike. I know it's not like they're gonna take that. You got to add more to it. I'm just going to make a sense with that, man. You probably got to add much more than that. I'm just throwing this out there just to get it started. You probably got to give it way more than that. But
yeah, I mean, you can send Cam. You still have Murray, Grimes, RJ, Obi, and Mitchell Robinson. That's not bad either.
Because I mean, here's another thing too. Cam looking for an extension in next year. Grimes still on the rookie deal. So we got to take that into consideration too. Are you going to extend? If you're not going to extend Cam Reddish, you better send him in that deal. You still got Grimes for 2 more years on the books with that deal. So from a business standpoint, you send out Cam. Skill set remain to be seen. Cam nice, man. I wish he had to get near none of them, man. But I would definitely love to get DeMonte Murray in New York. I think we haven't had a point guard like that since. Let me be real, Stephon Marbury. I think he's that talented. He can be. I mean, his numbers speak for itself. The numbers don't lie. Hey, Sid Nick, you think? Hey, Sid Nick. I mean, good to see you, Sid Nick. Ain't seen you in a minute, man. So I'm glad to see you, brother. Real talk. Up in Nick Real Talk. I know it's been a minute, but I'm glad to see you here, man. I'm glad to know you even here. So it's good to know you means you here. You're doing well. So salute to my man, Sid Nick. So Nick will support me from day one, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, Westbrook. Sid Nick, you might have tapped in the button with KJ. That Westbrook thing. But hey, expiring contract too for 1 year. You can't count none of that out. Evan Fournier, blah blah blah, to get him. To get him, man. I would. Whoa. Now, see, we're gonna make KJ glue his tape his paper back up.
I still got it. If I got I'll keep it out. So I'll tape it back up. I'll tape everything back up again. It's the Westbrook paper right here.
I like him, Fabian. Montero gonna shock a lot of people, man. I'm telling you. That's why I'm not worried about the Knicks. They can shock a lot of people because Montero can play on the Knicks right now. I think he's that good. So when he go with that Exhibit 10. Training camp gonna be bananas. I'm gonna repeat what I'm telling y'all. Could be some competition up in there. It's gonna be fun. We'll see what the Keel gonna do. He's a dog. He play hard, But we'll see, man. That's why, like I said, I'm not too bad with the 11 pick. I think Montero's going to be that. I think he could play basketball, so I just think he could play. So you never know what happens. Let's say if he pop, then that might they might say, okay, McBride, somebody I love. See, that's the hard thing about it when you get talent. Let's say if he beat out McBride, then what? Now you got to put McBride in the trade. You know, so it'll be interesting, man. It'll be interesting to see what pop though. Cam and Dude's IQ is a big shot maker. I'm not feeling trading. I like IQ, man. Hey, Abercrombie is hard, man, and I love IQ. I think that young man done came up, two-way player, combo guard, getting better, defense. And what I love about him and RJ, probably the only two on that team other than Derrick Rose and I'm gonna say Albert, who go down the hill with the ball, who take the ball down the hill. You know, I love IQ because IQ play downhill. He don't play east to west. He play north to south. Right. I like that about him, man. You know, he going to that bucket. He gonna be becoming a triple threat. I can shoot the J on you. I can get downhill, get foul and ones. I can take it to the bucket. He working on the mid range. I see him working on the mid range this summer. I mean, IQ. I mean, so that's why I see why the Knicks did not do nothing last night. They got some good players in New York. Man, IQ gonna pop this year. So I'm dying to see what's going to happen with that. And that's why I said the Jalen Brunson thing, you know, if they get Jalen Brunson because they really believe that they're going for it. Yeah, you're right, Aboriginal. He is Aboriginal. He's the X factor for sure. So it's hard to give up a lot of these good players, but at the same time, I would keep, I'll tell you that y'all might think I'm joking. I would keep Emmanuel quickly before I get Jalen Brunson. And I had put up some numbers. I had did the comparison match. Man, quickly got better numbers than a lot of rookies in the rookie in the NBA, man. 11, he let first 2 years 11 a game, getting better. So you know, you never know what he's gonna do in his third year. He might get in his third year and pop again, KJ. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I think he get it though.
And that's what we want to see. We want to see the development of these players that we got in OB, IQ, all these other players that we got right now. These 8 young players that we got, the development that we got. I think the development scale with those guys. We're seeing pictures. We're seeing them in the gym. The work ethic. Only the Knicks organization knows how these guys are working. And from looks at it, these guys in the gym, they're losing more weight. Not saying they was big anyway, but they're losing more weight. They're getting shredded. They're getting better. So the work ethic is going to outwork everybody else. And I think this Knicks team is going to be very, very talented. And it's going to be very hard to see who's coming in, who's coming out. Again, they got the new guys may beat out Deuce McBride, but I don't think so. I just think Deuce McBride, to me, has the best defense on this team.
Yeah. Cash out, great point. With Murray, RJ, and Cam, you literally switching everything on screens. Word, because you no matter where you switch, you covered, bro. 6'7", 6'7", 6'8" on the wing, switching on everybody. Yeah, great point. Cash out. That defense length is nice. I mean, you know, like you could have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson out there, that length will keep it, make it, you won't stop them, but it'll slow them down. See, that length will slow anybody down. You know what I mean? And what you gonna do, shoot over them? And they yeah, so I mean, like, I think that's crazy. That's a great point there, man. That's what it's about, the defense versatility, the wing. Them some good wings right there, brother. That's hard to beat right there. Athleticism out the butt, shooting. Cam can knock it down. He can knock it. RJ can knock it down. They all can go to the hole. They all put like this here. They don't need nobody to get them the ball. That's what I'm trying to say. Them boys, all 3 of them boys can go get it themselves. I don't need you to pass me the ball. I can go get it myself. You know, and that's what I like about that team. Opposed to the team we had this year, you had to throw Fournier the ball. RJ can go get it. Randall can get it. But you had to throw Fournier the ball because he wasn't breaking down nobody off the dribble like that. You know, and unless he get an open lane or something, you know, because the defense lacks. But these cats can get in your face and take you to the hole and throw it on you. So I think that's pretty impressive right there, man. Young athleticism like that. That's Memphis Grizzlies. That Desmond Bain, John Moran, and what's my man named Dylan Brooks them all day. I'm talking about for that athleticism and the way they get down there. And and them cats, Bain and don't jump out the gym, but they athletic. So I think the Knicks will be on that move like that. I wouldn't have a problem with it because RJ would be playing bully ball with that lineup. Open the lane up. Open the lane up. I'm about to go downhill. Go to the 3-point line. I see you out there. RJ say he working on this year. Drew Holland, his manager said, are they working on finishing that rim and playmaking? That's what he's working on this year. all summer long working on it. He about to play with Canada too, so y'all make sure y'all check out RJ Barrett over there. I think he's gonna be playing over there pretty soon with the Jay. I think Jamal Murray gonna be there. All the cats coming back for Canada this year, so that's gonna be interesting to watch. So let's RJ go out there and don't get hurt though, bro. That's all I
boy.
get hurt. That's the only thing scary about them cat playing like that, man. You can't stop them, but you just don't want them to get injured, man. You know, so a backcourt like that would really, it would, man, would drive a great point. It'll take all the relief off of Mitchell Robinson because there ain't gonna be that penetration. People ain't coming at it.
Word.
You know what I mean? Stop power. You ain't coming out here like that with them boys down there. Oh my God, man. That's why I'm optimistic about this Knicks team. You know, optimistic we were coming into the season. I'm more optimistic this year. I don't know why. For some reason, from what I've seen with the group that we got, I'm more optimistic this year than I was last year. Believe it or not. Because I was optimistic because we got Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. I thought that the team was going to win 50 games, but I think they still could have because of the situation. But it seems like this year the Cats give me a good feeling about coming back this year after being at a hiatus, not playing, making it to the playoffs. I think they got a chip on their shoulder. So I think this team gonna come back no matter how they design. I think Tom Thibodeau gonna come back with a chip on his shoulder. You know what I mean? He just got Coach of the Year, and then he's coming back next year with a whole. He like this So I think the Knicks should be good this year. I'm really hoping to do, man. Cause I'm loving what I'm seeing from them, man. Shop out for sure.
I mean, I'm amped now. You know, yesterday I was pissed. I was a little upset. The smoke cleared. I watched a couple of things today, and now we're talking about it would be I'm optimistic about Brunson, but I sure would like Murray here. I would like him here, and I know a lot of us would like him here. You know, I'm optimistic about Brunson. I think he could come here and set the team straight as well. Yep. I think he can come here and be a really good facilitator and stuff like that, like he's doing over there. But you know, I like him, but I like Murray as well.
You know, yeah. Hey, chat. If he's not there, what do y'all think about Colin Sexton? I guess all the other one would be out there that's free. I think Colin Sexton is out there, the free agent. I'm not really big on the Brogdon thing, you know, so I wouldn't want to go there. But I think Colin Sexton would be the next one in line for me. If you can't get KJ, if you can't get Brunson or Murray, and if the Cavaliers don't sign Brunson, I mean not sign Colin Sexton back, he's another player you can check out.
Yeah, it has to be another young guard. It has to be a lot of contingency plans here. Again, they got to go with the best decision, but I just believe that either Brunson or Murray, that's the two that they want. Just like in the draft, they had 5, 10, 7 people that they wanted. None of them was there. Said no problem. So we built through the draft, but Sexton is a very good consolation prize. I like him. But then again, Divine, we got so many different point guards. We just drafted point guards. We still got Rokas in the G League. So again, it's one of those things. We have a lot of guards now. So it's just, are we going to develop them? We don't got to pay nobody and just pay the other players. So we had a lot of options that we can do. And I just think the Knicks are in a very good position right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, salute Uncle Fulio. Y'all already know what it is. Uncle Fulio, a.k.a. the controversy MBK in the building. Salute Uncle Fulio, salute. Yeah, hey, Uncle Fulio, that's what I'm hoping, man. Boy, if Murray get here, that changed the game in New York. He the best thing we had since Stephon Marbury to me, man. I'll be an older Jason Kidd, but we with you on that one, brother. That man come down here. Like I said, him, RJ Barrett, backcourt 6'7". And even if Julius Randle's still here, man, that's amazing. That's what the Knicks been looking for, and they could pull that off. That's why I like what they did last night. Like I said, to be able to get all of, regardless they protected or not, you got assets. You can give everything you got in 2023 and play it for Devontae Murray, and it wouldn't even hurt the Knicks. Because you traded the 11th pick in the draft, you got 4 picks next year, and we know a couple of them protected, and you're 23 in your own. You can go down there and get Devontae Murray, go to Pop and say, listen, I give you the 4 23s. I'll give you this player and that player, whatever, depending if you can work it out. And I think that's a better deal than a lot of people in the NBA. When the Knicks got the talent, they got the cats. I mean, not the cat, they got the talent and they got the assets to get it. They really do got the assets to get Devontae Murray because they did what they was doing with OKC was doing. I don't have no problem with that. Just collecting assets. The 11th pick wasn't going to play in New York this year anyway. So, yeah, I agree with you. If it's Brunson, it's Brunson. I don't have a problem with that neither. I think Brunson, RJ, and Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson, and depending on what you do with the 2 spot, I still think that's a good team. So Brunson, him, Carl Stockton, I wouldn't give you Westbrook. I don't care.
Westbrook.
Yeah, I'm dead serious. I'll bring Westbrook in for 1 year. Shred that. You give him Fournier, whoever get that $47 million off the books. Bring my man Westbrook here for 1 year. Whatever.
You know I'm with that. Even though I ripped up the paper, but I was with that for the money stage.
Right.
I was with that. I definitely was with that. If that could happen, but again, the Knicks got so many different options of which way we could go. It's going to be very interesting to see who they're going to put here and who they're going to let go, because now we see they already capped out of all the young guys they got. That's why we didn't draft anybody. So now you know what? Build through the draft, see what we can do. And again, we all been saying this all year round. The Knicks weren't that far off from making the playoffs. Missed free throws, no D Rose, and no Nerlens Noel. Again, we weren't that far off. So again, run it back. Minus Evan Fournier, just doesn't work. And or Noel or Burks.
Straight off. You could send if you could send him to LA in that deal. Fournier helps the LA Lakers with that shooting. He just don't. I don't think he fit the Knicks. But the pressure won't be on him in LA because you got Anthony Davis and LeBron James. You know what I mean? And so the pressure won't be on Fournier to knock down three, and they need that 3-point shooting. And Alex Burks is a bucket getter. You know what I mean? He can come off the bench for LA. You know what I mean? So and Noel could back up Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard back up him, whatever the case may be. I would not hesitate about the Lakers to do that. And the good thing about it, their contracts be expiring. So now you got rid of Westbrook. You keep Fournier and all them for a year or whatever, and then their contracts expire. So you got rid of we both worked out for both of us. We both got our aspirants off the book here, but the cap space would be amazing. And I know Russell Westbrook come out to play. He come out to play hard every day, all day, any day. He don't cheat the game. Russell Westbrook don't cheat the game of basketball. The cat comes out every night and goes hard. The only reason I'm saying that is because of the money. The money. Nah, man, I ain't touching that. I think. Hey, Frank Mato, the brand. Listen to something. Kyrie Irving is probably one of the most gifted dudes in the business.
Man.
The gifted. He's probably box office, one of the creme de la creme. I don't think the Knicks can afford, from a culture standpoint, to go through the things he's going through in Brooklyn. Not saying he might go through in New York, but can you imagine what he's going through in Brooklyn if he was going to New York? Stephen A. and all the Knicks fans, everybody else are running Knicks out the building. James Dolan suck. Man, y'all would kill New York if Kyrie Irving did that shit over here. Think about it, Kyrie Irving did in Brooklyn and in the Knicks. The media would kill New York. Would kill him.
This is
bro.
This is hard. This is
I ain't taking that.
This is hard for me. This is very hard for me.
I'm gonna tell you another reason. The amount of games his career been player injured rattle. Kyrie Irving ain't played 60 games in what? I'm not giving nobody $250 million. You should have kept Porzingis. I don't give a fuck. I ain't doing that. For somebody not nah, bro. Knicks came too far. They came too far. The Knicks real talk. You know what I mean? I don't want that.
Hey, look. I think go ahead, Shy. You good?
I was just gonna throw a joke out there. Kyrie will come here and be like, listen, I'm going to Alaska to save the polar bears and stuff like that. I'll be going for about 15 games or something like that. I'll be back.
Then you gonna pull Dennis Rodman on us?
Right, man. I ain't working with the Kyrie. Hey, why you know what? Oh, all of a sudden now, why you ain't come here 3 years ago? Oh, now you want to come now when you was fresher, more younger. Now you want to come now to 3 years because the shit ain't working in Brooklyn. Don't even touch Kyrie Irving. Please give me Devontae Murray and them and let it roll. And you can call it what you want. I'm keeping 100. I'm keeping 100.
Hey, look, I'm here to tell you. Let's just think about that real quick. Just think about Kyrie Irving on this Knicks team right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he definitely changed the coaching big time.
Yeah.
Talented point guard, but I just don't think it matches with the Knicks culture building that they want right now. Yeah. I think he had too many flags that went up, and I don't think they would. I would love a player like Kyrie Irving, obviously from Jersey, can play real well, great point guard, but I just don't think that Knicks right now in this present day and age.
Yeah, that's all it is. Not with the way, and not only that. Listen, man, this dude don't come to play. The Knicks can't afford to give up that money. I mean, you bring Kyrie Irving to the Knicks right now for $250 million. Is he getting us to the finals? You put Kyrie Irving on the Knicks right now, the way we presently constructed, is Kyrie Irving getting the Knicks to the East, getting us to the finals for $250 million contract? I don't want him. Because you know why? He need to go out to LA with LeBron and them. Kyrie don't need to come to the Knicks. Yeah. The players we have, how Kyrie gonna say I'm playing with Julius Randle when I could be playing with Durant, I could be playing with LeBron James, I could be playing with Kawhi Leonard, and you're gonna come play with Julius Randle and our young squad who ain't even ready for that.
Wait, and Devon, what's his contract? You said $250 million.
He gonna get the Supermax. Kyrie Irving, you know what? If it was a 1 year deal, if it was a 1 year deal, I'd give Kyrie Irving $50 million. That's how good he is. If it was a 1 year deal, I would give Kyrie Irving $50 million. That's real talk. He's that talented. But look at what Kyrie, man. Sometimes it ain't all about talent. I mean, shit. Him and Durant got talent. They ain't win nothing in Brooklyn. Them cats been together 3 years. They ain't win nothing. You know what I mean? Nothing. I don't want that culture here. That's because we'd be the laughing stock. The minute Kyrie miss a game, you think they over Julius Randle, but. Just think about that for a minute. Imagine if Kyrie miss a couple of days or Kyrie go down with an injury. You know what Knicks fans gonna be saying? We shouldn't have signed him because he ain't playing. The best accountability, availability. The cat don't play. Ever since he came in the league, he haven't played a lot of games. He's been injured his whole career almost. Look at it. Look at the stats. It'll tell you, look at his numbers. Look at Kyrie's number. The Knicks can't afford to go backwards, man. They can't afford to do it. He can't afford to do it. He ain't getting us nowhere. Kyrie Irving has played 60 games. We all gonna be crying. That's all I can say. I'm a real talk. Move that dude on. Give me Devontae Murray. Give me some young class in here. Kyrie Irving, he ain't coming here to be serious. When he gonna come here? You think he gonna come here to be serious? Yo, he got his money. He get his bag. Kyrie Irving he not even serious with the Nets. Think about how he did the Nets. He haven't even played. He almost did what John Wall did with that contract. He did a John Wall in Brooklyn. How many games Kyrie Irving played since he's been in Brooklyn? Look how much money he got. He got a max deal. He played 20 games the first year. Came back the second year, didn't play a lot. Didn't play a lot last year. Now they about to break the Brooklyn Nets up. That shit is a hot mess. It's imploding.
He's going through the whole Atlantic Division. Boston, Brooklyn, the Knicks, and Washington, and Philly.
And they got swept, too. They got swept with KD. What'd that tell you? Kyrie Irving and KD got swept by the Boston Celtics. Swept. Not lost, not beat. Swept. You got two of the top. I'm going to say, well, at least one of them is top 3 in the league. The other one got to be top 15, top 10 if you want to put them in talent-wise. And them cats got swept. And they had Andre Drummond. So why would we bring him to the Knicks? And then we ain't nowhere better than them. Because if it weren't for LeBron, he wouldn't even have a ring. If it weren't for Steph Curry, KD wouldn't have a ring. Them cats are not leaders. They just good players. I don't want them on the Knicks. Because think about that here. If it weren't for KD going to Golden State, he wouldn't have one. If it weren't for LeBron James coming back to Cleveland with Kyrie, he wouldn't have one. Him and James Harden guys are just talented players. They're not leaders. That's why they ain't won nothing. KD won it because he went to a championship team. Think about that. Cats like that don't move me, man. We need the young energy up in here, not cats who want to play in New York, not to be coming here because the bright lights is here. Kyrie Irving want that because somebody he just want money. He know he not winning a championship in New York, not that fast. And by then we gonna be talking about it here. We'll let that boy go to LA with LeBron and win another one. If he ain't winning nothing in New York, he ain't doing nothing for the Knicks. He don't move the Knicks to me. He might just score the ball, but his defense ain't there. For $45 million, $50 million, it'd be different if we had some star players. And I say, put him in here with these star players and go for a championship. But I'm not bringing him here just because he's Kyrie Irving. He ain't helping Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson or nothing. He just be scoring the ball for us. He ain't no leader to me. Right. He gonna tell Tom Thibodeau, I'm having a practice after you had one. Tom Thibodeau, look at you crazy as a mother. Get your ass up out of here. This cat literally had after Steve Nash had a practice, he made a team practice. I mean, the Knicks always you crazy. You don't run nothing up in here. Tom Thibodeau would not put up with that. So that type of attitude, we don't need that here. That's bad culture, bro. To me, he's like a diva. That's real talk. And he's a talented dude. I'm kidding you not. I'm not taking that away from Kyrie Irving's talent. But like, you can't be in New York. I've been a Knicks fan a long time. I would not let that happen. I would want that to happen to New York. It's just not the way to go. So that's it for me. You know, that's my spec on that. Real talk. You might have that. Fuck Kyrie Irving. Don't get me Devontae Murray and Jalen Brunson.
Hey, Devon.
Yeah.
We bring back Russell Westbrook. All right, I'm retaping the paper. I gotta retape this paper, man. Book. I gotta retape him.
Yeah. Bill. Frank. That boy can get it too, but he's a supermax dude too. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's hard to say because when I look at guys like Grimes, I'm not saying Grimes is Bradley Beal, but the position. Bill's a two-way player. Do I like Bill? So that's a good question, Frank Mato. I think Knicks need a point guard, man. They got to go get a criminal point. I think Devontae Murray and guys like that, we need a one. We need a one in New York. We haven't had a one since Stephon Marbury. We ain't been nowhere since. We got it. Jason Kidd rapper. We need a point guard, man. New York need to do something with a point guard spot. We got shooters. We got two guards. We got threes. We got fours. We ain't got no point guards. Alex Brooks was our point guard last year. So we need to take care of business and get that boy. Go get Shy Power boy.
Man, I that's why I just say I hope. I don't think there's a way. I mean, you go over there in that San Antonio, you offer them 5 picks and a Grimes or an IQ or something like that. I mean, they may budge a little bit. Pop might not be there. DeAndre got 2 years on his contract. Maybe next year they might want to blow it up if Pop doesn't come back. I mean, it's possibilities out there. It could happen. But him here, I'm just mad. Who put that in the chat today, Devon? That got my mind hurting right now.
What's that?
Murray.
Cash up in that lineup.
Oh, Murray, RJ, Reddish, Obi, and Mitchell Robinson. That is box office right there.
The next 5 years, that team could be together 4 years, and we don't need that. There won't be no drama. It'll be straight basketball. Yeah, man.
That's switchable at 1 to 3. A defensive presence in the backcourt, and Obi topping this catching lobs left and right.
Defense juggernaut, bro.
Ooh,
yeah. You did, Fabian. Yeah, Fabian said it too. Yep. They both were doing it, but I just think this is the way to go. And unless, like I said, if we fight for a ring, then okay, you sign for 1 year. You can't sign for 1 year. Then you want to bring Kyrie for 1 year, but I'm not giving no supermax. Not you can't afford that. So I like where we at. I like where we at right now. That's why I'm so hyped about it, because I just know that we don't want to go backwards in New York. We done been there.
I can't do Kyrie as good as a player as he is, man. He is a highlight film and all that, but I could just see him coming in. We on a 11-game winning streak and stuff like that, and then he comes in to be like, the polar bears in Alaska, they're dying. I'm going to go out there and, run with the Alaskan people out there and try to make things better. I'll be back in 2 months.
Yeah, you're going on sabbatical somewhere. Yeah, I ain't messing with Kyrie.
I'll be back in 2 months.
Talent, man. Like I said,
they got to put something in his contract. If they do that, they better put something in his contract.
Give him a 1 year deal. I give him 1 year. How they do them cats in football when they give them the what you call it in football when they give them the franchise tag.
If I'm not mistaken, if he decides that he wants to go to LA, they don't have the money for him, but they can sign him to a 1 year veterans minimum at about $6 million. I think next year they got a lot of their players on that team coming off their contracts, so then maybe they can offer him some money that year. I think LeBron also comes off his contract next year too, so he go in there and get that $6 million. Those two players can take up the whole payroll over there in LA.
Kyrie, you know what Kyrie probably fit nice at? Go out there with Tyronn Lue and them. I think with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, I think that's a deadly team right there. And I know Tyronn Lue handle that situation a little better. I think Tyronn Lue could relate to Kyrie Irving probably better than a lot of coaches. You know what I mean? Because Tyronn Lue is that dude. You know what I mean? One of the better coaches in the game. You know, and he done played in the NBA. He done played, you know, Iverson and all of them in that era. I think he can make it. I think Kyrie Irving and him can have a better relationship than him and Steve Nash can, and him and Tom Thibodeau. See, Tom Thibodeau was like a kind of, now I don't want to say a control freak, but he got a certain type of structure. And because of Kyrie Irving, who he is, he might feel like, nah, man, I'm Kyrie Irving. You know what I mean? So that's the only reason I don't want to. I don't think him and Tom Thibodeau. I don't think that's going to work. You know what I mean? I just don't think the culture. It's a different culture in New York for Kyrie Irving need to be in a culture where it's grown dudes like him who can get it. He need to be around the KDs and the LeBron James and them superstar dudes. He's not here to be with no. And if he come here for that, he just coming here for money. He's not coming here because he's not a culture setter. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But yeah, man, you know what? Listen, we're going to get up out of here. I know it's been a late night, but it's Friday. I ain't know if you guys had to work or nothing, but it's all good, man. Probably get it popping Sunday again, whatever is fun. You know, we get it popping. But looking forward to next week, though. The free agency popping off, man. We're going to see what the Knicks going to do, y'all. Real talk. We're going to go out there and get somebody. After all the crap we done talked tonight, not crap, but the stuff we talked about, excuse me. We don't know who we're going to get. I don't know who they're going to get, but whoever they do, just hope they do something right, KJ, and get this team ready for this, get us ready for the fall training, man. Get it popping. That's all.
Hey, Devon, as always, it's been a pleasure with sharing this platform with you and Sha. And next week, starting point guard of the NBA of the New York Knicks will be Kyrie Irving. Devon might shut the whole Knicks Real Talk family down.
Knicks no talk.
I had to end the night that way, man. Look, it's been a pleasure, fellas. Hey, shout out to all our first cousins in the chat. It's been a pleasure. Hey, keep it on some real though. Let's be patient as Knicks fans, and let's see the way they build this team out.
Facts. We coming, man. We doing it the right way. Knicks doing it the right way, man. Go Knicks, like Aboriginal said. Shaw Power, they doing it the right way.
Yeah, man. Salute to you, Devon. Salute to you, KJ, for leaving us with that sweet note right there, man. That tickled my belly right there, man. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Yo, let's get it, man. Next week we got some things to look forward to, man. Let's see who we bringing in here. Everybody, get your sage out. Go light your candles and stuff like that. If you are DeAndre Murray Warner in here in New York, go shake your sage. Go say some prayers. Go throw some pennies out on the corner, something like that. Do whatever you got to do. Let's see if we can get DeAndre Murray here.
Hey, Sha, that's what Kyrie doing. What you talking about? Kyrie be going
hey, we got to slide up in DMs. Slide with Scott Kirby DMs. Yeah, whatever. Y'all make it happen, man. Kyrie Irving, no pun intended, but whatever. You know what I mean? Hey, I ain't getting no money no way, so he can come he want to. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, right.
But from a fan perspective, I don't want him to New York, but I don't give a fuck he come in or not. Shit, whatever. That's on the Knicks. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But from a fan perspective, I don't think we need him here. But he can come do what he want to do. Shit, he ain't put no money in my pocket. But it's good, man. Y'all brothers be good. Salute to the chat. We appreciate y'all coming in. Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. We always in the building each and every day, each and every way. Thank you, Shaw Powers, KJ. Thank you, Kyrie Irving. Real talk. Salute to the chat. I see y'all, man. We see y'all Sunday, brother. Y'all have a good weekend, man. We holler at your peace.
Let's get it.
Sir, man. Let's do it. Time for Divine Shot, KJ events. This Real Talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Nick's Real Talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, we straight fact. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, with the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in tempo. As they cook my game plan, and my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the things we ain't always pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We create the logo when there's space that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Nick City drip. Infinity decks on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like Star Divine to Mount Mars. Knicks Real Talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks Real Talk.
right here.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks Real Talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Knicks Real Talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, Let's get it.